Alright, what's up, fellas? Today I'm going to be casting, who's playing even? Skirmisher versus Optimus. I am joined by the big man Guigs, aka Teddy. Say
What's
hello,
up?
Teddy.
Hello, hello. Professional casting there.
Who's playing?
Yeah, who's playing? Oh, yeah, right.
Alright, so we're just going to get right into it. Game 1 of Skirmy versus Opti. And it will be played on Kamchatka. So let's get right into it. This is a round 2 match. So it is a little bit delayed, and I think the result may have been spoiled already, but that's if people have been checking the results of every series, so people still might not know, so no spoilers, please. So this is game 1. This is Optimus playing as the Indians against Skirmisher playing against almighty Sweden. Optimus is going straight to the middle of the map, trying to get the goats for any XP income he wants as India. Meanwhile, Skirmisher is doing the same, but a little bit delayed, trying to get the monkey. See, typical crate starts, going double torp, and then obviously just trying to get age up as quickly as possible with India. Go to Optimus line of sight. He's scouted 80 coin and 80 food. Sees 2 more goats here, but he's a little bit slow on the uptake. He's going to get them now. And I think he's going to send both his explorers to come get this treasure as well. Meanwhile, Skirmisher, or Skirmy Wormy, is just trying to find the second batch of goats as well. Do you have anything to add about the matchup or anything like that? Or
No, I mean, Sweden, game number 1 in Kamchatka. I mean, really solid stuff overall.
or already a solid Civ selection micro.
Where could go wrong, right?
Exactly. Interesting that Optimus agreed to this. I'm not a huge fan of this matchup as India, but we'll have to see what Optimus's plan is here. He does get this 80 food, so he's going to age up slightly faster. We'll go to his food count. It's not a bad food count. And he's got many vills in queue, so he's going to age up quite quickly. He might even swing round and get these goats on the edges of the map and get his 40 wood, but who knows. He scouted this 75 food as well, so he might swing round to that. Meanwhile, Skirmy, if we go to his line of sight, he hasn't scouted much, but just this 80 coin. And he's coming across this 45 food now, so maybe he can try and age a Vil earlier with any goats he eats as well. Which is the ideal age up for Sweden, but 15 is normal. Does he steal that one? No, he doesn't bother. He tries to, but then he just gave up. And he's going to get this 75 food after all. So he could potentially age up 14 with the goats being gathered by the torps and the vils and stuff like that. The torps are both gathering hunts. They're both gathering at 0.75 food per second, so he is going to go up with the 14 vil. Meanwhile, Optimus is going up very quickly as well with the 13 vil age up. So he's cut a vil. He didn't have much idle time with the TC, I don't think. And he's put the aggro down at like 250. So that's a pretty decent age up. Have you seen this?
Whoa.
Cheeky.
Yeah,
And he's down here as
thing.
well. Cheeky Optimus.
Yeah, I mean, why not? If he does that, then he can focus on the center of the map and on the right side.
It's a lot of vil time though. He sent what, 2 vils out? I guess it's probably going to pay off. But the thing is, I feel like you can just torp outside the wall and still gather the mine.
Possibly, yeah.
Like, I don't think it denies it. Like, I feel like Skirmisher can just still build torps around it and gather from the mine anyway.
Yeah, and at least you get line of sight if you see Sweden building any torps on this walled coal mine, and well, Sweden cannot send Vias to gather from these coal mines later on. At least
that's true.
Something.
Yeah, the line of sight is actually quite. You get obviously no line of sight in H1, but once you age up, you'll get a bit, and it'll be enough to see any vils trying to build torps. So. This Vil will probably try and head down to this mine after he's finished with this one. Likewise with this one. And he does scout the forward aggro. Well, kind of forward actually. It's not overly aggressive. It's like the direct route between his base and Skirmy, so it's somewhat close, but it's not fully forward. And he's going to wall this mine as well, by the looks of it. Look at this cheeky bastard. Cheeky bastard. He's going to try and wall here and here, I guess, like half of that, because there's already a torp there. Look how much this torp is gathering, by the way. It's like almost 2 vils, and that's without any cards. So they're both sending wood first, I believe. Yeah, they're both sending wood first. India's going wood. He's gone market. He's now walling up this mine. He's sending the monkey to this mine. He's built a wall over here as well. He's
still
not
haven't
trading
built a house,
anything. Sorry?
He still didn't build a house, just because he spent so much wood into building these walls. So he doesn't get any units out just yet.
He's got no market techs as well, because he sent like 2 vils out to... Is this a 3rd vil? No, this is the 2nd one. So he sent 2 vils out to build all this walling. So he hasn't got any market techs, and he delayed his house, so he got idled a bit. But we see the first Sepal in queue now, and 5 Carolines are already almost out. And he's got a whole bunch of wood to start torping the entire map as well. He's even got a vil ready to torp here. So we see the 2 free Sepoy coming to siege this with the monks. He's trained. He's got 2 in queue. He's got 3 in queue. Probably gonna get a batch of 4. Meanwhile, Skirmy's got a batch of 5 immediately. So he's gonna come and see if he can dissuade these Sepoys from sieging. I think Opti sees it, or like suspects there's going to be Carolines out soon, so he moved his Sepoys just slightly, so he has more time to react. Let's see if it matters. Nope. Never mind.
With the greatest reaction time?
No, but at least he only lost 1, right? So it's not the end of the world. And we see him going very greedy, so he goes wood, and then he goes wood trickle, and he's getting professional hunters now. So if we check the market upgrades, he's got hunting eagles, and actually that's it. I thought he'd have more. Because he has no TP either, so... He spent
he's only gathering his wood crate now.
Yeah. So he's probably going to drop a consulate at some point. Probably towards the end of this shipment. So it's ready for the 300 export. He deleted the wall segment for some reason, not really sure why. Maybe because he wants to mine on it later, but seems odd to delete it now, but whatever.
Yeah, true.
So he's getting civil servants now. Skirmy's probably got a 2nd batch of Carolines queued up. Where's 5 actually? Oh no, he's got 8 already. And he's got 3 more in queue, and he's going to get a batch of 5 again, so he's going to be able to dissuade these Sepoys once again. You've got to bear in mind it's almost 7 minutes, and Sweden hasn't lost a single torp. Or lost a single vil or idled or anything like that, so you're going to feel pretty confident as Sweden right now. You can even see in the scores, and Sweden underscores, so yeah. I wonder what Optimus has got.
So what do you do at this point as Sweden? Do you send ladders and try to protect your tops, or try to go straight for Inish 3?
I feel like the leathers aren't even needed. I mean, he's got Gurkhas in queue now, but like, if he just went... Actually, he doesn't have a high torp count. I thought it would be much higher. I guess because these walls might actually have paid off. Because I'm on Skirmy's point of view right now. And you can see this is walled off and this is walled off, so... And he's only got 110 torp pop, so it's not even that scary. He's sending leathers now to try and secure these torps, but I feel like you're better off just sieging this with 5 Carolines and sending blueberries. And then you can potentially send leathers after that.
Let's see what he does with these leather cannons. He's gonna get some momentum with them, because India is gonna struggle to deal with them on open field. The only thing he can do with these leather cannons is actually pushing the Agra, because the Agra will deal with them. But yeah, gonna lose 1 deal here.
Yeah, I think, well, normally you send the leathers either defensively or just to secure some torps down. I think he's gathering too much food and coin, honestly, to get these batches out. I feel like you should be on heavier on wood. and just getting more torps up, because these torps are basically 2 vills, so you kind of just want like 2 vills constantly being built all over the map. And like you could just send 5 carriers to siege one of these walls and then get 4 torps on that mine over there. 5 carriers to deal with that wall. And then maybe leathers to deal with any Gurkhas, and then you send blueberries and then just H. Which might be his plan actually. Like right now he's not got enough wood gatherers, and yeah, he's just not dealing with these walls on the mines. These leathers are going to get good value though. Like, he's not going to go for it. Yeah, smart decision, because you kind of want to get right on top of them, but the Karelians will just melee them, so it's impossible to.
Yeah.
But this is the issue India has, right? Like, how do you deal with these 2 leathers? How do you get a trade without deleting your army?
Yeah, you need to send some kind of sacrifice, like the 3 Ottoman Hussar. Force the Karelians to actually engage your Hussars while your infantry is going forward and trying to snake the ladders, but it's just not a good trade for you.
But that's also relying on your opponent messing up, right? Like, if you block them correctly, they shouldn't be killed.
Yeah, agree.
Especially if you've got enough Karelians to like one-shot the Otto Huss, which is like 15 or so.
We have 700 coin from the Sweden player.
This seems
like
odd now.
to me.
Yeah, like surely you just send blueberries and then just put more vills onto coin. Because this
that's a slightly greedier option, but also works. Sure.
Well, the thing is, Sweden cutting blueberries is a lot less scary than when they actually send it, because their torps gather like double the food rate. Their torps basically just get twice as efficient on food. And, well, if you just send that and gather the coin, you're going to age up at a similar time to actually just sending 700 coin anyway. So...
yeah, right. What Optimus is doing, though, he knows he's controlling most of the gold mines, and as soon as Skirmy is trying to deal with the walls on the closed gold mine from his base, then Optimus is just kind of pushing the 3 torps on the middle of the map.
Yeah, he's playing this quite intelligently. He's just avoiding the leathers and doing whatever damage he can. Skirmisher is still at 130 torp pop though, which isn't too bad, but it could be higher. So Optimus is walling and sieging has actually done a decent job of not letting Sweden get to 200 torp pop. So yeah, like he could be like max boomed. But Optimus has done some nice little harassment with the walling and the sieging.
Oh. He killed the VL that was trying to torp the right gold mine as well.
Yeah, I think he killed one here. And he killed another one there. So that's like 2 vills, but let's be honest, does Sweden need vills? I don't think they do.
Yeah, I think they don't mind losing one VL there and one VL here, but you know, if they can't torp the map, then suddenly Sweden is not as scary.
Yeah, they just need 1 vill left alive to build torps, so that's all they need.
120 pop though, not the greatest.
Yeah, it could be much higher. There's another vill going down. Yeah. Nice. We've seen engagement. Couple units going down, a Seppo and a Gurkha. What's the speed of these bad boys? They're 3 speed, so they can easily get out of bad situations. 5 Karelians to dissuade that.
Skirmy going 2 Falks and veteran Karelians, which makes me think he's gonna make quick work on these Cyber forts.
Yeah.
And, maybe try to play this game in H3, not going for the H4 that we've seen recently.
Yeah, maybe he just plans to push with the 2 Falcons and then age up behind. Like, he pushes with the 2 Falcons to secure the map, and then he ages up behind. But who knows?
Oh, Otto Minutemen.
Yeah, this could be really good versus the leathers, actually.
Oh, interesting. Skirmy's just gonna completely sag these 2 ladders and be happy to pull back, waiting for his 2 pockets.
Yeah, Optimus saved his aggro fort. He was shipping 5 sea poison transition, But he cancelled them, rightfully so. I don't think he needs them. I think he needs to save for an H3 shipment. Another villager going down to a Hussar raid. Really nicely done with the 2 Huss. And we see
Optimus is playing that really well so far.
Yeah, but you also got to consider he's down in score. He's forced 0 blueberries though, which is actually quite a huge win. This makes it. I feel like India, despite this pushing down on his doorstep, if he gets 2 sea jellies out, I think he's in a fine position. Because non-blueberry Swedes is actually not too scary.
Yeah, I agree with that. Still a long way out for Opti to get siege 11s. It's gonna be solid 40 seconds, so...
He's got them on the way, but he's
gonna go down.
Yeah, he's just gonna sack the Agra Fort, which is fine, because it's basically a glorified outpost in some sort of sense. It's a lot of map control, but if you can sack it and get the right units out, it'll be fine. So, gauge it up with the Chomnal Gate, by the way, with the Mahu, so he can get the Mansabda Sepoy if he wants to. He's got the resources to train it, so I would try and get that out. We see a villager here. Let's see if he scouts it. Yeah, Optimus sees it. If he's paying attention, he's probably going to send this 1 Hussar to go kill that Bill. But yeah, I guess the 3 Huss has really paid off, because they just stopped the torping on the right side for so long. You just keep 1 on the left side as well, and just be sort of fine.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Siege Elephant's gonna kill a Falconet instantly.
Yeah. And we got like a good mass of Sepoy plus some Gurkha mixed in. And the Mahout's tanking is an area.
Tank, yeah.
Yeah, so the amount of shots this Mahout's been tanking is a lot. He should move his units up though, because he wants to take this fight before the mass gets out of control. So he's shipping 9 Sepoy now.
Curious choice. It's basically going full Sepoy. So at this point, I think you really want the Mensa bar and send either British East India Company or actually start mixing Gurkhas.
I would probably go either 8 Gurkha or this card, the Royal Green Jackets card, and just make pure Gurkha from now on. Because he's not going to have any cav in H3, sorry, and yeah, exactly. The only thing that you can send really is Jaegers or more Falks, and you've got 2 siege eddies for Falks anyway, so you kind of want the times 3 Gurkhas to deal with the Carolean mass.
Yeah, for sure.
He's also training Jaegers, so he's going to have a solid Jaeger mass, and if Optimus is going so many Sepoys in queue, like 9 Sepoy from the shipment, 2 queued up. He's changed his mind actually, he's queuing up Gurkhas. I'm not sure what he saw. So he sees the Falk, he Slagamos his stuff and gets the siege eddies ready, but the Falk's not going to do anything, so he's alright. So he's got 39 Sepoy, he's got 6 Gurkhas, got 10 more in queue, well, 2 more in queue, hopefully we'll get 10 for his sake, and Skirmy's just got more Caroleans after he gets a batch of 5 Jaegers. And we see 5 more carriers.
15 Jaegers on the field already.
Yeah, like 15 Jaegers is going to be quite difficult to deal with when India has no artillery or good cav. He's just got to sort of out-skirm it with like 30 Gurkhas. But these Gurkhas aren't even veteran yet, so...
Oh, wow.
It's going to be
hard. Basically, Stradets trying to fight Imperium skirmishers right now.
Yeah, kinda. Sort of. But yeah, the tech difference is quite huge. He does have Brit Consular, I think. He burned the ally. Oh no, he's not re-allied yet. Okay. Oh, 1 Vil going down to the 9 Sepoy raid. Optimus doing the GUA raids, but he's just sending too many units. The magic number is 3.
There's also 2 random Gurkha and a Minuteman grouped with this Sepoy raid.
Gets 1 Vil there. Is he gonna get another Vil? Yeah. He's gonna split them. Another Vil.
Oh, what a beast.
Dude, he's learned from... And he gets another Vil here. What a beast, man. Like, he's on fire. And another Vil. Like, how many lost...
The old run around.
Yeah, he's giving them a good old run around. Another Vil.
Another one, damn.
Is he gonna get the last one? Nah. So what? How many vills do you think he's lost like this game? Like 9, 10 vills?
Yeah, something like that. I think the eco should be really close now.
20 vills and 170 torps versus 48 vills. Another vill going down. Easy for Optimus.
I have to keep in mind that Opti cannot really deal with the Sweden army just yet, and especially since he just traded 20-ish sepoys to kill Pierce.
Yes, but to be fair, look at where Skirmisher's army is right now. Like, it's here in his base and not here in Optimus's base. So this runaround has bought him a bit of time. It just depends on how much time he has bought. You can see he's teching into Gurkha now. So he's starting to get like a decent Gurkha mass. 8 Gurkha, Mansabda Gurkha, Disciplined Gurkha, and another 1 in Q. So he's getting like the composition to deal with the Swedish units right now. And yeah, he's doing a good job buying time. He did delete probably too many Sepoy. But he did kill a lot of vills, so if he can just survive, then maybe he can hold on.
I think it was worth it. So he's got a solid food stack. Could maybe go for 3 Mahouts next.
24 this Jaegers, man. How would you deal with 24 Jaegers with India?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, he's got what, 29 Gurkhas?
Close distance with a lot of Sepoy Gurkha and like send some Mahouts to snare him and die really when you try to connect.
Yeah, the Mahouts are just gonna melt, so I think you've just got a outmassing Gurkha. With 1 vill going down, 2 vills. Only 2 vills so far, 3 vills. More Karelians coming to come flank, 4 vills. Skirmy's doing a good job of trying to cut these off. Like, there's nowhere for these vills to run apart from the way that these Jaegers are going. So all these vills might even end up dying. And there was like 14 there to begin with. Karelians could even go into turbo mode. We see a base trade. Another vill goes down for a Skirmisher. I'm just going to see how many vills die here. Probably almost all of them. Gosh, that is a lot. But yeah, Optimus is going for a base trade. He's killing a whole bunch of Karelians. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to base trade versus Sweden because their eco's out on the map gathering anyway. Look at this, by the way. All his torps have run out of berries because he didn't send blueberries, which is actually a big deal. Because look at his food income. He's just not getting any food. He's sending blueberries now. But they don't affect torps that have run out of berries already, so it's only going to affect, like, these 3 and these 2, and that's it. So it's going to affect 5 torps, this blueberry card coming in, which is just not ideal, especially when this army's pushing down on your neck. And yeah, Optimus is sending Royal Green Jackets, which is going to give Gurkhas ×3 versus Heavy Infantry, which is obviously a pretty insane card at this point in the game. And let's see Optimus' point of view. He doesn't really know where Skirmisher's army is. He knows it's not pushing him, so he suspects it's probably trying to cut him off. If he was on the ball, he would have seen that Karelian there, and he should be trying to get his way out of there ASAP. So he sees this now. The Mansabda Sepoy.
Oh, the Mansabar. Rip's just gonna die.
Mansabda is just getting nuked immediately. And we might see a straight up fight here. I don't see Optimus trying to get out there. He's got a nice composition, but the Jaegers are just gonna be... Wow, this is a big reinforcement. 10 Jaegers and... sorry, 10 Gurkhas and the Mansabda Gurkha. So we see them trading. Stomps on these Karelians is going to be quite nice. CJ's doing DPS in the back. Gurkha's walking in is not ideal. And there's this one Falcon. Skirmisher's trying to focus it with all these Jaegers, but... Oh god, Karelian's going to turbo mode onto the Gurkhas. Oh, random shit's happening all over the place. Mainly Sepoy onto the Jaegers.
The Jaegers.
What is going on here?
It's actually a plus fight.
A lack of kiting. 2 milli Sepoy are going to clean up the Falc by the looks of it, because he might fire a blank shot. No, he kills 1. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know who's winning
The one
this.
Sepoy, is he gonna kill the Falk?
Is he gonna get it? Go on. Oh, he doesn't.
It's so close.
Gosh.
Yeah, and look at the scores. The score
Damn,
just dropped massively.
They both lost like 10k score. But somehow it looks like Skirmish has more shit, and he does, but Optimus is somehow ahead in score. Oh gosh, look at this wood
Yeah,
stack
but meanwhile
though.
he hasn't been gathering any food during this fight, so he's got literally 0 reinforcements.
He's dropping down the Miss Macro TC. The classic. But yeah, I don't know, man, like... Optimus's score is all in this wood stack, and he's just dropped 2 TCs, and... Look at this, man, like, these walls are like... They're just... blocking his own vills, so it's kind of like... I don't know, he's just in a tough spot, because he's got less army, right, and like, the only hunt is here. And here, I guess, but he's not going to be able to gather there either.
Probably doesn't have the notification about the vills being idle.
Oh, he sees it though, at
only
least.
realize.
He sees it, yeah. So, he sees the Jaegers, he pulls back the vills on time. And he probably realizes, okay, I probably need to go to rice
He
paddies
actually
right
made
now.
a gate from the gold mine.
Yeah, the gate. Shipping 2 mahouts, but is 2 mahouts really the shipment you want here? I guess it might be.
What else can he send? You could still send Brady Feast in your company, but it just doesn't have really the mass to justify it.
He could send Yurumi. Like, sell a bunch of wood, buy food, and send Yurumi. I feel like that would be much better than the mahouts. They were actually, you know, because the shipment's like, what, 250 food? You only need to buy like 200 food to get Yurumis, so...
Yeah, but now Skirmy is just securing a bit more of the map, up to his own resources, and Skirmy is going to be able to top this gold mine now, because, well, most of these tops have run out of coin now.
Yeah, and he's got blueberries, and every new torp you build gets the blueberry bush, so he's just gonna he's got the army advantage, so he's just gonna slowly secure the map back. I'd even, like I said before, I'd even send 5 carriers to go siege that. Probably sending these 3, I think. So he just wants to torp the map behind him, get back up to 200 pot, and then he's gonna have these fresh mines that have not been touched at all. This one has, but this one hasn't. And he's going to have blueberries as well. So his ecos, he's got a lot of economic potential right now. He can build like 6 brand new torps. Oh wow, big raid.
Yeah,
got any of them
he's just gonna hide on a lot of vills now.
Yeah, like he's just going to stop Optimus gathering food with 15 vills. So it's kind of like such a huge deal. And we see him on rice paddies already. And I think he needed to go on rice paddies before, because he should have seen at the end of that fight, he had like way less military, but more score, so he must have realised he's got more eco.
Yeah.
So going on rice paddies is just safer, and obviously you can't gather out here when this army's so strong. This Falk is still alive, by the way, from the original 2 Falk. He's shipping 5 Haas, like... Really?
Wait. This is, yeah, I think he needs to range card first, but Opti's going full Gorkas now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, disciplined Gurkha are just gonna kill 5 Colonial Haas, right? So it's kind of, I don't know, it just seemed like the wrong card to me. I feel like he should be sending Snaplock or even like HP or blackberries even, like. I don't know, there's just so much better stuff he can send here. I mean, my Optimus is macro. Just can't gather anything. Like, this mine's run out. It's just weird seeing India with so little map control.
Yeah. Well, if Opti can buy enough time to get his transition going, then eventually he will get a power spike when Sweden is gonna completely deplete all the mines he's got available.
Yeah, the issue with... I mean, Skirmy hasn't done the best job of trying to get torps onto these mines, right? He's torped all the mines he can. Well, kind of. But he picks off another Vil with the Mahouts, by the way. And, wow, the 5 hearts, are they going to pay off after all? Is he going to get the Mahout?
If he kills the Mahout with it, then yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And there's also another Mahout down here somewhere. He's going to come pull trick out.
Second big boy to the rescue.
Yeah, the second big boy. Let's see if he's going to pull trick out. Go on, son. Just do it. No! Don't go in there! And yeah, like, these Husks are gonna die now. Like, actually, Skirmy wants to avoid this army because he hasn't got enough anti-Gurkha at the moment. He's got more Falcons in queue. He's even selling some food, I think, or wood to get those Falcons in queue. And he still has this third one. Meanwhile, Opti doesn't have his siege elephants left, so it's kind of like he's gonna struggle to deal with any artillery. Especially guarded by so many Karelians and even a bunch of Jaegers.
Yeah, Yurumi's on the field now.
Yeah, so, and he's training more sepoys, which I think is the right decision. Not sure about these paddy placements, they're close to the TC, but they're kind of on the front, so if Skirmish decides to push in with these 3 Falcons, these are just going to be forced off immediately. At least like put them down here, or like up here, so he has to really commit to the corner.
Yeah, you're right. 3 Falcons though, gonna be a hot power spike for India to deal with.
Yeah. He's got 5 Sepoy, 27 Gurkhas if you count the Mansabdar, and he's got 4 Redcoats, and he's got 7 Urumi and 2 Mahout. So it's gonna be quite a big task to deal with the 3 Falcons at this point, especially like guarded by Karelians with the speed upgrade and stuff. So now
yeah, he's gonna need siege elephants, but he's got no coin to produce any.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to produce them. He's going back onto this mine. Ideally, he should have just walled it here, right, and then walled here, rather than just wall the mine, because this is like one close to you, so you just wall here and wall here. But then I guess Skirmy can just walk a Vil round. But yeah.
Yeah. Opti scored though, slowly getting ahead. He's on 66 Vils, which is pretty respectable economy.
Yeah, meanwhile, Skirmish is probably... He's going to get full torp off now. He's on what? Yeah, this is his last torp. So it's going to be max torps with blueberries and ironworks. As you can see, he's got like some blueberries left, like 100 in each. And Optimus is going for a push. He's going for the good old runaround again.
Drag boxing everything across the map.
Yeah. It's probably fine, right? Because if you like have Yurumis in a separate group and they're going to lead the charge because they're faster, they're just going to get picked off. So if you have them grouped together, it's probably fine.
That's the secret.
That is the
Everybody
secret.
needs to know.
So we see...
Leather cannons.
He's training leathers? Dang. Okay. So we see the Yurumi just being Z-moved. They're going on the Falcons, but that's not really where you want.
Oh, this Falcon placement he's got here, really.
It's so good,
It's
yeah.
impossible to reach them.
Yeah, he's just lost so many Yurumi and he's lost his Mahout as well. He just really doesn't want to engage into so many cannons in such a choke. Especially without siege jellies. Like, if he had 2 siege jellies there, he could probably take this fight. Oof. That leather cannon shot.
Sniping a Mansabar.
Yeah, that's like the luckiest leather cannon shot ever, unless he actually zoomed in and tried to find the Mansabdar, but it's impossible to find that guy sometimes. But dang, man.
Especially in this army composed of Yurumis, Redcoats, Sepoys, and
Yeah,
Gurkhas.
composed of random shit. We have a decent Sepoy mass though. We got 32 Sepoy, 10 Redcoats, and we got 22 Gurkhas with ×3. So Optimus has like a really good composition. He just needs siege jellies, and he's shipping perfect. So he's shipping 1k coin, right? And
yeah, just have a castle up.
he's dropping one right now. So he's going to use this coin to fund siege elephant production.
Probably gonna be in time. But Skirmy seems to be pushing right now.
Yeah, he just needs to get this up ASAP and gather this coin before Skirmy pushes right in. He's even sending like a GUA raid to go maybe burn the torps or just raid the woodline. He's probably just hoping this will buy time. Does he have... Oh, wow. He still hasn't sent British East India Company, by the way, which is such
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just so huge.
That's big.
Instead he sent like...
He just sent 1k coins, so he's not gonna get a shipment ready anytime soon.
No. But the thing is, he has to send this coin to get siege elephants out, right? He's even training spies from the Brit consulate. And he's sending more GUA multitask raids, and he's gonna siege it. Let's go.
I mean,
oh no, these
are
ones
good if
get
you
picked
can
off.
get him on the Jäger somehow.
Ooh, let's see if Skirmisher sees this. He's just gonna run by. Yeah, he's not
if he
gonna
didn't pay attention and he clicks on the minimap now, he's gonna think, oh, this like blue dot is just the walls, you know?
Yeah, exactly. If he's just exclusively looking at the minimap. But we see 4 Falcons.
Training Leathers and Hussar. He's Skirmy spinning the random unit roulette right now.
3 infantry guns, so he's actually shipped the
card.
card.
He sent the card.
He sent...
Yeah.
Basically, they're guard infantry guns, and they move at 3.5 speed instead of 3. So they've got increased speed, and they've got increased stats by 25%, I think, or 30. So yeah, this is what I said before. Like these rice paddies, he's been pushed off them. So he's still got. Look at his resources in bank. He's got so much. And he just really needs to get like a huge batch of siege elephants, and then I think he holds this because he's getting his man Sabdas back. The 5 sepoy flank, let's go in stagger mode. And yeah, like the vills are gonna get forced off, but he's got 1 siege elephant now. Oh god. So he must have missed the batch already, which is actually gonna cost him a lot of stuff. He's gonna lose his barracks, he's gonna lose vills, he's lost gathering time. And he's losing his master falconers. He probably just needs to pull back even more, not delete his stuff, and just wait for this next batch of siege elephants. I hope he finishes it for his sake, because... Okay, so he gets 2 more. So he's going to have 3 in total, but it's too late, I think.
Yeah, it's just taking so long for these lonely siege elephant to deal with all these artillery, and now he's just lost his entire army.
Yeah, he's just got enough... He hasn't got enough anti-Carolean left, and... Even the Hussars, the vet Hussar is going to be very annoying.
Now.
Gosh, this one siege ellie, he obviously had the coin to train them, but he must have just missed the batch, and it's just costing him dearly. Like, that was probably the only way he could lose the game, actually. If he just finished that batch, he could clean this army up. He could have cleaned this army up, but... Like, look how fast these cannons are going down when there's like 2 or 3 siege ellies out in the field. Right,
yeah,
another one down.
Can't deal with the army.
Shipping Zamorax, but it's like, I guess it's okay, but I mean,
I guess he's out of good unit shipping to send, like good to send, otherwise 5 sepoys.
Yeah, I guess I probably would ship 5 sepoy here, actually. But yeah, that's Skirmisher ending it in H3, which is what you rarely see with Swedes. You've got a forward TC, so he's gonna slowly catch back up in eco. But yeah, like that siege elephant batch just cost him a lot. Because he just shipped the 1k coin, right? So he could have easily got a batch of at least 2. Right? And then like if he had 2, he'd be one-shotting those Falcons, and then he'd be able to hold on, I think.
Yeah, true.
Skirmisher did have a lot of stuff there, though. This was like the crazy fight that made no sense on both sides.
Yeah, so many units dying there.
So Skirmisher went from 110 to 30, and then Optimus went from 88 to 12. So I'm not sure who that was better for. I guess Skirmisher invested too much into it. Like, not too much, he invested more into that fight. So maybe it wasn't too bad for Opti.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. attempt to try and beat Sweden as Opti, but well played by Skirmy to adapt with like the leather cannons and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, not even going for the H4 GG shipment. Just shows how much of a beast Skirmy is.
Yeah, he's just like, fuck the meta. I'm just gonna slam my dick on the table and win an H3 rather than just pressing the I win switch.
Exactly. So much dominance.
Exactly. Alright, let's go into game 2. If I saw the rec name correctly, it's going to be Optimus Brit versus Skirmisher Otto. And that is indeed
Be
what
right
we
back
see.
in a second.
Yeah, no problem. So it's game 2 on Darker. It is, hang on, let me update the score. Bear with me. So it is 1-0 to Skirmy Wormy. Come on, Streamlabs. There we go. Okay, 1-0 to Skirmy Wormy. And Optimus is going to go for the double mana start. No, he's going for the market start. So he sees this 50 coin. He's just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to build this mana. Get hunting dogs with the 50 coin and just gather for the age up and just try and age as quickly as possible. Skirmisher going for the correct TP. It's the first pass TC, the first pass TP. And he should get it in time because the dude is only here. So he's got a lot of time to get to there. And he also is chopping wood for a house because he's built a mosque for 150 wood. So what he's done is just going to chop 50 wood. And then he's going to build a house. And it'll be up in time for the 3 villager shipment. And this TP is going to be up right in time for the Travoy dude as well. So it's going to be fine. Optimus in the meantime is going to abuse the fact that Skirmy's building a TP. And try and get as many yaks as possible. And he's got... Oops, wrong perspective. He's got 2 so far. And the other 2 on his side of the map. There's 1 up here as well. So he should be able to get most of them. Which is really nice by him, despite having 1 Explorer versus 1 Explorer. Thanks for the sub, EGC TV. aka Pesty. I'm trying to recover from the loss, but these subs help.
Are you the real H or a Smurf?
I'm the Smurf, unfortunately.
God damn it, you even tricked me.
I know. Just a wannabe. So Opti's got 5 of it. I keep being on the wrong perspective. He's got 5. He even went round this way. What a beast. And the last 6th one is up here. So far I think Opti's got 50 coin and Skirmisher's got nothing, I believe. I think there may have been like a 50 food that Opti got as well, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh no, Skirmisher got 50 food. Okay. So Opti's going for this 80 wood. He's going to age up 16 vils most likely. It's too late to gather from yaks because they're all so far away. And he's going to get this nice wood treasure to excel his like mana boom and put in transition to H2. Meanwhile, Skirmy is going up with 11 vils basically, which is actually insane. The 50 food and getting the first pass really helps. You get the three vils in at like 1 minute or so, or a little bit after, so it's just really huge. And yeah, so he's aging up really quickly. And the thing about with the TP and the mask is that you can easily send a second H1 shipment if you want to. So if we check his deck, he could go Silk Road or... Okay, he's got Schooners. So he's going to go for a little bit of a C-Boom. I don't know if he's going to take more TPs with the Age Up Wood or 700 Wood, but probably not. He's probably just going to slam down 1 or 2 docks and just Schooner Boom from there and just try and compete with the Brit Boom that way, and see how we go from there. Opti, meanwhile, he got Gangsaw in transition, so he gathered 100 feet extra after aging up and got Gangsaw, and then he switched vils to wood, and he's just going to build 2 or 3 manas in transition most likely, Probably 3 with even this wood treasure now, so he's gonna have so
Yeah, I'm
much
curious
wood.
to see. So sorry, be the flag there. Curious to see if Otto is gonna go for a water build here. Because I feel like Otto is gonna dictate the pace in this matchup, especially on this map where they have several options. Tower FF, water boom, TP line control, and into H2 play.
I don't think we're seeing any of that. Looking at what's coming across the map.
300 wood, no second TP.
This smells like a
Jan
Jan
rush
rush.
incoming.
This smells like a Jan, or maybe Jan Huss, and 700 coin first. But the thing is, like, when you chop 300 wood like this, is for the housing, right? So you chop for 50 population, and then you use the age up wood for your 2 military buildings. So what you do is go coin, and then food, and then most likely 3 Huss, or coin again. And we're going to see if he goes Huss Jan, or even Jan Avis, or just Jan, because, yeah, there we go. If you ever need more, if you need more units, just make more Jans, man. Like,
exactly.
just have Jans with a bit of a sprinkle of Jan, you know, and hope it works out. Optimus, meanwhile, surely he scouted this, right? Like, the Vils walked right into his line of sight. I wonder if he's...
Yeah, pretty sure he saw the Vils. Just didn't scout the FB, but
he must
probably has an idea
here,
on
right?
what's coming on.
Maybe he doesn't, because he hasn't dropped a barracks yet. And he's dropped it right here. Maybe he hasn't seen the Vils.
Oh, that's a greedy placement.
You're getting all in by an Otto, and you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to drop a barracks forward and idle my tower. And this tower placement's good, to be fair, because it covers the pond, so if there's any, like, you know, warships to help the fighting, the outpost is going to do well, because it's going to win the warship war.
Yeah, on the other hand, Skirmy could go for 20 gens and then instead of 3 Huss, just go for 2 Guigs and try to get this outpost down ASAP.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm wondering how Optimus is going to hold this. So Skirmy's got 10 Jans and Optimus hasn't... There we go, there's his first military unit, so it's kind of like... What the fuck is Optimus going to do? There's going to be 20 Jans by the time he has 10 Musk. Or even less, because he's going to be idled. Like, he's going to ship a military shipment next, right? You see this, and you're like... You have to, right? You're going to go 6 longbow next, right? Because you want the range. Okay, he's going muskets, because maybe he suspects 3 Huss shortly, but I'd go longbow here.
You can do longbows and 10 musk, and they should be on time for potential 3 Huss, because you know Otto has to send food plus coin first.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so you should go longbow next, right? He's got longbows in queue now. He's got enough wood to get a decent batch. He just needs to gather the yaks behind his TC or something to get enough food coming in. But yeah, I'm glad Skirmisher didn't go for the tower, because you need to trade like immediately before Brit gets the units out. I'm not sure about this fight though, right under the TC. He's got only 11 Vils in, so he's not idling the eco. He could be like...
6 musk are gonna pop.
Yeah, the muskets can pop at any time, and and the Minutemen as well. Like, I'm surprised he's staying
in the back.
There you go. Like,
it's gonna be a clean now. 10 more chance though.
Yeah, 10 more Jans. 4 longbows popping out, gonna get good DPS down on these Jans on the retreat. And oh wow, here come the 3 Huss. The Jans are coming back in. Longbows are targeting the Jans nicely. The musket's in position to block the Huss. But Otto should win this fight because he just has more stuff. But we see 6 longbows coming, so if he picks off the Huss, he should be able to potentially hold. But he's doing a nice job fighting.
His masks. Yeah. If he gets snared, he's just gonna lose all the muskets.
Yeah, both of these Huss are low HP, so Skirmisher's like, okay, I'm not gonna snare him for long, so I'm just gonna go raid him. But the thing is, like, the Vils can just... I would just keep the Vils here and just punch the Huss and shoot the Huss. Because you know they're both low, so... And we see Optimus is like, this is really smart, right? So if you've got more Huss coming from Otto somehow, he's got Musketeers in queue, and if he's just needs more longbow, then he's got longbow queue as well. So it's kind of like he could fill the batch of what unit he needs ASAP. So that was really smart from him. So we have 6 longbow coming. And he's going to have enough resources for Minutemen if he sells food. Sells food. So, and Skirmisher has to go right now. He's on 17 vills and his crate spam is sort of dwindling already. And
Right.
the TC's being focused on the Huss really nicely. The Vill's going to pick it off as well. Minutemen coming out and 6 longbow coming out. And yeah, these Jans are going to be like dissuaded away. And you got to think about what the follow-up is going to be for Otto.
Pretty poor one. A batch of 3 Jans popping from 2 Rexes, and he's sending wood, so... I assume he wants to go for a stagecoach follow-up, but he just doesn't have the army to defend it, and he kind of needs ablers, but how is he going to train them?
Yeah, I guess he's gonna... Okay, so he's getting stagecoach now. He might even add an artillery foundry with this wood. Probably with these 2 vills if he was going to. But the thing is, like, you can't hold on to the stagecoach because Opti can just ship 2 caravels. He did pick off the tower, one thing to note, so he can potentially still win the pond control. So it all depends on who can... I think they might both just go galleys next or like caravels next. Because Optimus knows that Skirmish is going for the TP line now. He saw a second TP and Otto's only follow-up in the TPs. So,
Right.
And 2 caravels denied these 2, right? Which is literally half the line. So I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 Okay, never mind. I thought they were both going to
Trivials
ship...
would be good, but
Yeah.
Skirmy just needs coin to train something, because, otherwise the game is just pretty over. He cannot defend these barracks.
And I feel like he can't drop this 3rd TP because he needs a foundry. All the Jans walking in. Tries to snipe the Minutemen with all of them, but it didn't work out.
Wow.
Optimus
Huge trade, and great trade for Optimus.
He's just got the perfect composition, right? He's got enough muskets to tank the Jans and then the longbows to DPS. It's just a really nice combo versus like pure Jans. So yeah, we see
now stagecoach is in.
Yeah, so we got stagecoach on wood. So he managed to get 3 up. And he's going to have wood for an artillery foundry at some point. He really needs it, because it's the only way he can win the Musketeer War. Otherwise, he's just going to lose. So I would like to see that soon. But yeah, this is just too much stuff for Skirmisher to deal with. He's just buying time to stop the sieging. And we see 2... Yeah, this is what I was saying before. Like, Optimus shipped the 2 caravels after, like, 6 longbow. So he's going to deal with these... Well, this TP at least, and deny this one as well. Like, Optimus could go 600 wood next and drop this TP, drop that TP, and just be fine. However, Skirmisher, yeah, exactly. He's just going to ship 2 galleys to deal with this. And he is adding an artillery foundry. He's adding it close to the fight, which is okay, but I mean, he's lost this position now, so it's probably better off building it in base at this point. Jan's trying to snipe the caravel, but it's not gonna work.
Yeah, he's trying to like do some damage so he can quickly snipe that shot caravel with these 2 galleys popping anytime soon, but...
Yeah, he's just trying to win the warship war. And the thing is, like, this is what I was saying, like, galleys do so much damage with their broadside and their base attack. If they get the first shot off, then this just happens, like, right here. Like, 1 caravel just goes down immediately. Like, Optimus would have had to be, like, looking at it immediately, and then even so, it would be difficult. So he's going to lose the warship war, which allows Skirmisher to sort of hold on to this position. Longbows can target this one, but he hasn't got too many longbow left. And they do a lot of good damage to longbow. They, like, one-shot them, I believe, so...
Yeah. I think, like, Opti is still totally fine here.
He's eating.
He just cannot really cross the mid-map, but he's building an outpost and could still finish these Ottoman barracks and slowly work on the top TP as well and try to grab some TPs for himself. 600 wood as well, so he can drop some manos and...
He's trying to stagger mode, but they're just clumping up more. If you stagger mode like this, you just need to have 2 separate groups so they actually do spread out. Like the longbow and the Minutemen just get one-shotted by these bad boys, so... He's trying to bait them into the tower, but it's not going to work out for him. Look at these bad boys. Let's go.
It looks like they're trying to walk sneaky.
Yeah. Let's see if Skirmy sees it. Yeah, of course he does. So he's coming back down here with the Abus. Abus. And the thing is, like, this is what I was saying before, like, 5 Abus guns could do so much damage to this army, because there's not many longbow in there. And, like, Optimus, like, despite having 30 units versus 5, he has to go back here, because he's just going to rinse his infantry. If we go to Optimus' point of view... Yeah, okay, so he's adding a stable now, which is smart, because there's no way, like, Skirmisher gets enough Abyss guns and enough Jans to deal with both Musketeers and Hussar, just because of the eco difference. So if he adds, like, 10 Huss to tank and snare, then it's going to be difficult for Skirmisher to deal with any Hussar, because Jans are quite low damage as well, so...
Yeah, and he's getting to the point where, like, Auto is completely out of steam. He's on 23 wheels. Okay, he's got the TP line, but yeah, I mean, Breeds, he's just gathering safely. Breeds at 12 minutes, he's probably on 45/50. Yeah, 38 actually. Yeah, didn't boom that much. Makes sense, but
well, he's cut
still got much more booming potential.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you don't want to over boom versus Otto anyway, just because they only have 10 vills, so it's kind of like, well, 20 in this game, but most of the time they have 10 vills, so it's like there's no point over booming, especially when you can just easily take this TP line down, because you've got enough longbows to force the Avos away. Or do you? How many has he got? Only 7 actually, I thought there was more in there. But so we see 5 Hussars coming out. Let's see when Skirmisher sees them. There they are. So he split them up, so he sent 3 into the base, 2 above the base. 2 longbow gonna finish off this TP maybe? Go on, son. So Optimus is just, let's go to his point of view, see what he sees. So he's gonna see these 3 vills on the coast. He probably suspects Otto's gathering back here, right? Still only 7 longbow. Like, if he gets like a batch of 10, then he can just sort of win this fight as well as raid his opponent. But at the meantime, he's just training Hussar, and he's training longbow now as well. And he's gonna go siege this TP right at the top, and Skirmisher's gonna try and come and deny that. And now Optimus is just like abusing mobility, right? Like Otto's arm is just so slow, and using 5 Jans to defend raids.
So good.
Yeah.
Sidling so many wheels right now. Like, Otto is gonna get a batch of 2 Abus basically because of that.
Yeah, instead of like, I don't know, 4 or 5, so it's kind of a big deal. And he's got 5 Jans just back here, just trying to deal with the raids, and his macro is not as good as it could be as well, just because of that raid. But I feel like Skirmisher needs to hunt down this army, right? With like all the Hussars away.
Yeah, he needs to make something happen.
Yeah, he just needs to trade, right? He just needs to trade. Like, it's the only way he can get back into this game. Even with Optimus not fully booming, he's still got way more eco than Otto does, especially as he's got all the market techs he needs. It's got gang saw, steel traps, even great coats. And yeah,
he's got Musketeer HP as well. Does he have Cav HP in deck or something that could help his Hussar thinking a bit more?
Yeah, he's got Cav HP and Musket attack, so and he's got Vil HP, so he could tank with the Vils if he wanted to. But yeah, we see a fight here, and this is what I mean. Like, the Muskets can just get right on top of everything. They do good damage versus the Abus when they get close. They just need snare, right? He's trying to target the Abus now. But yeah, the Hussars are going to snare.
Hussars just going to tank.
Yeah, exactly. And these 5 Jan reinforcement is just not in an ideal position. These boats are going to come do some good damage, or maybe not.
Back to the tower.
That tower's paying off. What a beast. So yeah, some Abus getting...
4 more Hussars as well.
Yeah, 4 more Hussars to come
so
snare.
many really shootings.
And we see Schooners and... Yeah, Schooners is just not the follow-up you want here.
That broadside was ridiculous. Yeah, Schooner's just not good, but what else can he send?
Yeah, true.
Some Abus upgrades, I guess, but
Yeah,
cut
and
it.
this is the part where you're just like, oh crap, I made too many Abers, because you just need Jans to tank and like 10 Abers to sort of melt the infantry, but it's kind of like Jans are just so they don't clear cav, you know, like the cav is just gonna stay up for so long, so you're gonna be snared for so long. And if you're trying to kite with so little army compared to your massive mass of musketeers and hussars, then these Abbas are just gonna get killed by musketeers as well, so it's kind of hard position for Skirmy to be in. And Optimus just needs to wait for 5 more Huss, and he's even got like a solid mass of longbows as well, like 19 longbow.
Oh yeah, and there's no follow-up. The Ottoman are actually still on the left side of the map, so...
And he's still training for it. Yeah, they're always getting picked off. Like, his production is just split. He's starting to see boom now.
On the score. Opti almost has twice the Skirmy score.
Yeah. I mean, after Optimus cleaned up, I was like, okay, this is over, right? But then Skirmisher did a good job of, like, trying to get back into it with the TP line and the 2 galleys and stuff. But at the end of the day, he's still, like, half the eco, like, half the Vil count. So...
yeah, it just can't trade. He needs to smash fights, and he just can't.
Yeah. Wow. The resources are closer than I thought. But then again, a lot of, yeah, exactly, like 6,200 resources were free, so... Oh well, some of that is stagecoach actually, so never mind. So probably about, I don't know, 5k.
3k? Yeah.
Or like, hang on. What's he shipped? So he's gone age up with 400 wood, plus 700, 700, 700, 600, 600. That's what? 2,600, 3,700 free res from crate shipments and age up. And then the rest is like TP eco.
Yeah.
So, well played by both. Well played by Opti to adapt well to the Jan Rush. He might have had a different plan in mind if he saw something different, but yeah. So that's 1-1, and that was game 2. So we're going to hop into game 3. Looks like it's an India versus Dutch game. I believe it's on Pampa Sierra. So Optimus picked first. So he picked first with India, and so Skirmisher counterpicked with Dutch, which is a solid counterpick in my opinion. But India can do okay in this matchup, especially with llamas. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, agreed. It's not extremely one-sided. It's still Dutch favored, I think, but it's not like India cannot do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like if, for example, if if Optimus first picked Dutch, Skirmisher could counterpick with Japan, for example, and that would be very difficult to win.
Yeah, agreed. I think India is a really solid first pick on this map.
Yeah, I think so as well. Oh wow, he even gets his monk snared. It's not good, but at least he's distracting both the heroes, right? Whilst he gets the llamas in the back, but Skirmish has already done a good job of getting all of them anyway, so never mind. How many llamas has he got already? He's got 4 already, so he's got half the llamas on the map, which is actually really good, considering it's like 2 scouts versus 2 scouts, even if you are a bit faster. Meanwhile, Skirmy's got 3, so there's still 1 left. And he's on Optimus' side, so it's highly likely that will go to Optimus. He's trying to pull trick, but he does pull trick, but Skirmisher nicely switches to range mode and finishes him off. And he's going up with a traditional 15 village age up. He could have gone 14, I guess, with this coin treasure and llamas, but 15 is much safer, I believe. Optimus is going for 80 coin. It's not particularly good as India, but it does deny the fact that it's really important for Dutch.
Yeah, agreed. And you can still use it to get market upgrades or early units in H2.
Yeah, exactly. Could be good for like towards your first Seapoid batch if you want a Seapoid pressure. So he's aging up. There's no forward Vil, so I suspect it's a okay. So it's a Kali Martyr, which is not a bad idea. It kind of there's like a couple of things you can do with this. There's like one, if you scout like a barracks and base, you can start stable and you can do like sours, like a sour semi, which I don't think is that great, but it's okay. Another could be if you see a stable, you just build Zams, and another would be just full colonial like Gurkha sour Zam.
Okay, so usually on this map, usually your first gold mine is quite far from your TC, but here it was okay, and here is actually got a second mine in range of the Kanimata, so that's actually a good thing. It might be the reason why he's going for that.
I'm not sure if this mine is in range. Maybe if they're gathering on this side of it, they would be. Yeah, they would be, surely.
Yeah, they have to.
And also, you got to remember there's a hunt coming in this way, and there's a hunt coming in this way. So this Kali Martyr placement actually perfect. It's actually insane. So it's going to cover 2 mines, and hopefully, for his sake, like all these hunts here, and everything really. Even some of these trees, I'd even purposely try and gather trees from down here before these ones.
You got the eye for details, don't you?
Exactly.
Fucking top players, man.
Fucking Guigs, man. So we see, I think he scouted the Connie, right? Yeah, so he scouted it fairly early, so he's just like, okay. The traditional response to seeing Carney is like, okay, I'm just going to build 5 banks and age, which I agree with, because there's not much Carney can do in terms of pressure.
Good.
Yeah.
It's slightly more eco than India, and you're up faster as well.
Yeah, you just got to push somewhat fast in early fortress, or like mid fortress. Like, if I did 5 bank FF, I probably wouldn't go 1k wood first.
Yeah, you might have enough wood with the 600 wood. Oh, up to you with the snipe.
Easy steal.
His elephant is low HP. No, never mind. He's just stage up, so it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he just aged up. And the thing is he gonna babysit? Oops, I put this on. No, he just loses immediately. That's huge, actually. And Skirmish is gonna send him back to his town, so it's kind of like. That's actually quite a big deal, because it's like 1/4 of a TP for Optimus or something, so...
Yeah, it's definitely good XP income.
Like, Optimus has 4 alarm. There's still this 5th one, by the way, which is pissing me off, but... The 4 is good enough.
First.
Export first? Skirmish just sees this.
We see French Consulate there. Because that synergizes so well with Kanimata, especially if you get it early. I'm pretty optimistic to say that actually French Consulate with Kanimata, and if you go export first, is superior to the Auto Wheels.
He is going auto though.
Never mind, I'm a retard.
I don't know, maybe it makes sense, because he's going auto to get the Vils, right? And get them affected by the Kali Martyr range.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
But are you saying that the 5% from the French stacks with the Kali Martyr?
Hello.
I'm pretty sure it does. Plus the fact that you can send early coin and like do some kind of like FF with the coin, and you just send witch recall after that, and you don't have to send the 700 coin to each up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He's sending wood now, so judging by he's not going trickle, I feel like he's going to play H2. Or is that wrong? I feel like if you're just going to semi, you'd send a big trickle.
I hope he drops forward Draxis then.
Yeah, maybe this feels going there? Yeah, he's rallied over here, so maybe he is going H2. Because I feel like if you went for a semi build, you just go big trickle, right? Because you don't need any more production facilities. But if you go 700 wood, you're just like, okay, I need to drop a barracks, I get market techs, I need houses. I don't know. I feel like you would just send big trickle if you were aging. One Sarah on the Gurkha.
I don't know. I feel like if you want to do that, you need burst, because like he's gonna drop his racks at like he's gonna drop it at 7 minutes, so he's gonna start producing units at 7:30, and he's gonna need units at 8 minutes, and well, Dutch is up.
Yeah, it's just too late, right? He needed to make something happen much earlier.
Yeah, 3 sour raid. That's just easy fire for Dutch and field punching.
To be fair, at the very least, it's delaying the age up, but it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, Dutch got some llamas as well.
Oh,
Can
wow.
speed up his age up.
So
It's just
we see
short
a
on coin actually.
So we see a stable first. Interesting.
I guess he just wants to train writers ASAP when he kicks up.
Well, he knows.
And maybe Smoke has out as well.
I guess it makes sense because he knows Optimus has made sours, right? And he's got a stable. I don't think he's scouted the forward barracks. No, he hasn't. And he's aging up now. He's going to just train Reuters because they can't get caught, right? So, you know, like if you train 5 skirms, they can get caught even by 3 sours. So maybe he's just afraid of that. But yeah, Optimus has got 5 Gurkhas. He's getting big trickle now, so he went export 700 wood, big trickle. He's going French consulate now, like you said.
Just feels a bit late.
So 1.18, and then with the 5%, 1.22. So it's
yeah,
5.
but he's like 15 export short to like send coin from the French consulate.
Well, what you can
The
do
timing
is
just doesn't feel right. It's good for aging up for sure, but
yeah. Well, he's going to call it now, right? He's got the 300 export. He's going to send coin and then age up after this, like, 10 Gurkha, some sour push. And Skirmy's going 1k wood, wow.
damn, that's really greedy.
I don't like it, actually. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, it makes sense. You want to get all your infrastructure up. You want to get houses. You want to get market upgrades. Maybe vet hus. But if you think about it, you could either push really far, like hard, early fortress, and India's either going to stage 2 or he's going to take damage because he's aging. And either way, it's a win for you. I feel like.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He doesn't know
it's
about
just good
this.
versus what Opti is doing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But he
in
does-
another scenario, I would agree with you.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he doesn't see the forward barracks of it. Well, he could do, because this hunt's dead, but he doesn't see the forward barracks. So he could think he's just, you know, gone racks in base and sent them across the map, and so he's gone 1k wood, which makes sense, but I don't know. Now India's aging, and he's not going to get punished for it anytime soon. And I feel like Dutch could have punished him if he went units first.
Yeah, probably can get a second barracks or a second stable, and but he's quite low on food. And if India gets away with the free age drop, then maybe India is gonna be alright.
Yeah, the one thing to note about this map is that it's massive, so going greedier is probably the safer option, and which is why Skirmish has gone for this sort of play, which makes sense, right? Because even if you do send 8 skirms first, you got to cross the entire map. I'd probably go for like a Rota Hussar thing, if you didn't know this Rax was here. Because
Yeah,
India's not going to be
use
like...
the fact that India got a Gurkha army so far, so you can probably raid it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like India's going to like start spamming Zambrax randomly, you know, against a Dutch that's just aged up. And if he is aging, he'd have like a maximum of like 5 Zams anyway, which can get cleaned up. Which can get cleaned up by like 9 Reuter, 10 Huss or something.
Yeah, that's true.
But we see 8 skirmishers coming. We got a batch. We got 15 skirms out on the field. We got 10 Reuter and 5 more Reuter being queued up, and 10 skirms being 2 skirms being queued up. Meanwhile, Opti is aged up. He's got a sizable Gurkha mass. He's got 6 Zams, and he's aged up with the wood crates, which I think is actually good. There's like 2 ways of like playing this, right? You could age up with the Charminar Gate and get the Mansabdas, or you can age up with the wood and get all your veteran techs, all your houses, and perhaps a TC as well, and just get more set up. He's going to lose this barracks for sure. So, I mean, you're going to be like 10% weaker units, but you're just going to be way better set up in terms of techs and mass early fortress, which is the time where you're weakest. So, I mean, sure, you get a Mahout, but how much is that Mahout really going to do versus this mass? Let's be real here. Like, the Mansab does for, like, late H3 fights, right? And if your weakness is early H3, then you want to go wood, probably, or coin. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you also have inspiration that could help you.
Yeah, which is 10% on all your units, so it's not too bad, actually. Against a good player like Skirmisher, he's probably going to try and focus the Mansabda anyway, so...
Yeah, 7 Gurkha as the follow-up.
Yeah, he goes 8 Gurkha, 7 Gurkha, gets Discipline Zam, rebuilding 2 barracks in base. He doesn't have H3 Gurkha just yet, but he will do shortly. He's queuing it, trying to queue it now. There we go. Queues it in this barracks, and then he's going to train 5 more from this one. And yeah, I feel like India's fine, you know. Like, this is like the window where Dutch is like quite strong, you know. Like, infantry combat coming in, he should be like posturing to push, I think, with this card. Especially with these 10 more skirms. And Optimus is just sending units.
It's going to be really good. The power spike is just going to be really good for
that.
Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, he's got, what, 37 skirm, 25 Reuter, and Optimus has got 34 Gurkha, actually, with 5 more Q and faster reinforcements. So, honestly, Skirmisher could have potentially gone H4 if he wanted to. Oh, this is just such a big map that any aggressive
play... That would have been good after cleaning the forward rack.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's hard to punish on this map, especially with the map being so large. Because, like, skirmishers are being trained all the way back here, and it's going to take them half a minute to cross the map. Meanwhile, Opti's just going to pop 10 Gurkha here, so... Losing a few Zams, not the best. But at least it justifies
Some
queuing
may be in trouble, because his Gurkhas are worse than Dutch skirms right now, so... And his macro is not the greatest, he doesn't have enough coin.
Yeah, he's trying to... I don't know where these villas are trying to go. He's got random villas everywhere, by the way.
He's got one in the middle of the map.
Yeah, that was the barracks ville, I think. So he's going to... This is the thing, right? He has weakest units, but he's got quicker reinforcements. So if you just got more shit, then you're going to trade well. And now you can ship this card anyway, so... And now he's getting the wood crates.
Still on French consulate. What is taking? Discipline Zamraks?
Sours. He's already got the Discipline Zams. He got that before Gurkhas, actually, because he didn't have Iraqs.
Okay.
But the thing is, like... He's going to have... This card's going to be nice, because it's even going to upgrade the Sours, and judging by this Discipline Sour, he's going to go for a Sour switch. But versus this many Reuter, I don't know. There's like 35 Reuter there. I feel like you're just better off just making...
just taking their skirmishers.
Yeah. So we see 500 wood crates there. He's going to gather it now. And then this is where I'd probably drop like a TC on the right on this mine. Look at this.
That's actually good, because now he sees all dead animals.
Are we,
And
watch
he's
are we
like,
watching
"Alright,
GUA
he's
right now?
definitely gathering."
So he's gonna go.
Nah, it needs to be infantry.
Yeah, true.
Like Reuters doesn't count.
So we see 27 disciplined Gurkha versus 36 infantry combat, infantry attack. I don't know why Skirmish is going back there. I feel like he should be pressing that. Don't you think? There's so much
Yeah,
more.
he should. I mean, realistically, he's got like what, more than 30 Reuters. He can't die to Sours or Mahouts, and Yurumis would barely be a threat as well.
Yeah, and he had more skirms and better skirms. So it's kind of like... I'm surprised
Lot of
Optimus is
reasons
staying
to
here. Like, he has to, but... I feel like he's just got weaker stuff and less stuff. Like, okay, so this is where I drop a TC with these vills, right? Like, you got to secure these map res. You got to secure the mines, because you just need them, right? Because once this mine runs out, you're going to be gathering here, which is just not safe.
Yeah, plus the TC could give you a decent shipping point as well to help you swing a fight somehow.
Yeah, or even just Minutemen popping out.
Yeah.
So he's just shoving everyone on this mine. Okay, so we see Sours in queue. He might even ship 6 Sours right now. In fact, I probably would ship 6 Sours, maybe. Yeah. He's got enough Zams, so shipping 9 Zams makes no sense. Because even if...
He loves to send 6 Hours.
Yeah, I think it's actually a decent card. I have it in my Skirmisher Dragoon decks as well, like versus Dutch and French and stuff, but... I don't know, like if you check the stats, it's 22 attack, 168, 162, and then it's like 20... Okay, he just used inspiration, so that's just fucked me, but... Actually, the Gurkhas is better now, so now he's fighting. So this is a good fight to take for Opti. We got the Monk on the front to tank all the damage, we got the Gurkhas firing, and we got even just 2 Sours just going to snare the Gurkhas and snare the Skirms and do like really good damage. And
That's actually a good trade for Opti.
Yeah, Opti trade really well there actually. So we see the Skirmisher stats. Skirmy's even sent like team HP now, so his Skirmishers are even better. But he's got less Skirms now. Like Opti's got 36 Gurkha, Skirmisher's got 23 Skirms, and 4 of them are here. So yeah, like Optimus traded really well, and that was just literally the strength of inspiration, right? Like all of a sudden your Gurkha became much better than the Dutch Skirms for like 20 seconds. So
yeah. We'll see what the follow-up is for Dutch, because like India is down almost 50 BLs. And yeah, I mean Dutch is still gathering freely on the map, which is just really good for them.
I would literally just send half these to raid, or almost all of them.
Yeah, I could pull the Skirm back.
Well, you could just leave like 20 here, right? And you just kite any Sours that show up. I feel like
big raid there.
Like 41 Reuters is way too many against an Indian player. Like you're gonna one-shot Mahouts with like 25 with Cav combat, so it's just kind of like it seems a bit overkill. Like some of these should be Huss, I feel like.
Yeah, agreed. Opti doesn't have that many Zamorax as well.
He's got 9 on the way, so he identifies that he's not sending camel cards. By the way, he's sending 9 Zams, which I think is the right call because Skirmy could surprise with like 15 Huss or 20 Huss with Cav combat. And only 10 Zam is just not enough for that, so shipping 9 is actually pretty good.
Yeah, agreed.
Ah, here we go.
Skirmy though, sticking to Skirmgoon and gonna have Falconet now.
45 Reuter. 50 Skirm, 45 Reuter, and now I just not queue any more Reuters for the rest of the game for the meantime.
Yeah, could even make Huss just a raid, really.
Yeah, or even like send a Reuter to raid, because how is he gonna catch it? Like you're gonna have more Reuter than Zam, so, and Reuters obviously beat Zam, so I don't know. But yeah, Optimus is taking the score lead, and if you think about it, like, if you're India versus Dutch and you've taken the score lead, I feel like you're really far ahead, because Dutch's score is quite inflated because of the banks.
I think you are, as long as you secure enough map that you keep scaling well until you have to do a paddy transition, which is what Opti is doing right now. So yeah, this is just paddy train units. Tanking with a few sours while the Gurk is shooting the skirms.
Yeah, exactly. Like the sours do have low HP, but they got 30% range resist. So if they're taking damage from just skirmishers, whilst your skirmishers are shooting his, then you're just trading sour HP for skirmishers, right? So it's kind of really good.
I hope it doesn't go in. There are just like 4 trees that could just completely deny India any surround potential.
Yeah, and this is where I feel like you should just have more Gurkha than sours, honestly. And he should be on Brick Consulate long ago. He's getting the food crates
Oh
now.
wow, he's not. Okay. Yeah, I thought he switched a while ago. That's massive, because 10% or 8% or whatever it is, HP in Skirm War is just good.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's losing these trades. Look at this, the G-Way raids, just at it again. Easy snipe the firing squad. Does Optimus see these fields? He does. I'd even send just 2 sours and go kill those. Force the Reuters out of position. Well, some at least.
Try to multitask a bit in a Skirm War matchup is always good.
Yeah, so you just force your opponent out of their comfort zone of just spamming skirms and Zeb moving them across the map. So Optimus is queuing counter attack, which is good. Although with the 3 Falcons coming, okay, so he sees these and he's just like, no, he just changes to 8 Zams. Weird.
8 Zambarak. That's not something you have in deck.
Okay, so he sees the Falcons now. Sure, you counter that for. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I was gonna say I thought he saw them and then shipped 8 Zam instead, but then he's just like, okay, I need Siege Eddies to deal with these Falcons. And
he's gonna lose a few bills though. And
he's losing a lot.
He's quite low on coin now.
Yeah, like imagine if he had a TC here though.
Yeah, he'd be controlling the 2
I mean,
he'd
still be gathering coin in this hunt and herding this hunt towards the TC and even controlling that hunt. Possibly raiding that one, you know? Like, he could have easily got a TC up over that corner of the map. We see 500 food crates still not being gathered despite being on French Consulate for the large portion of this game. And, yeah, and these vills still not being found out and these vills being found. Ooh, Skirmy. There we go. So he sees them and he's sent like 38 Reuters to go deal with them. Optimus is trying to catch the skirms out of position, and he is going to.
But his Gurkhas are so far away.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like the problem is with the camels, they're like double the speed of the Gurkhas, so they always lag behind.
Yeah. And yeah, I just feel like slowly, if Skirmy just controls the next Indian resources, then Skirmy's just gonna slowly win that.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to zone off all the mines. And the thing is, he's constantly rallying troops across the map, so he's going to see any vills gathering from this mine, probably that mine. So he knows he just has to pressure this one, and he probably suspects this mine is out as well. So, and he's on this mine, so there's no other mine he could be on.
Yeah, I like that he's constantly changing directions every time he spots Optimus army.
Yeah, exactly. To like, and even Dan, look at the multitasking. He's just on point with the Reuter raids. So maybe the mass Reuter's paying off after all. We see Mahoots in queue now because he just hasn't been gathering coin for so long, and it might actually work out for him because.
Yeah, if he can get 3 Mahouts plus the sour snare, and it's kind of unfortunate that his inspiration is not gonna recharge before an additional at least 2 minutes. But yeah, if you can get that Mahout switch, like get 3, 4, or 5 Mahouts even, and just go in with inspiration, then you could have some potential here, but you're gonna fight now.
Yeah, The man who's going to pop, hopefully finishes the batch. He's going to get 3 or 4. Come on, Q one more. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah, there we go. So he gets 3. He's got the sours to stay and the Mahus to tank, so he's got like the good combo. But the thing is, Skirmy's actually, the Reuters are finally paying off, right? He's actually got a decent enough to like one-shot.
One-shotted these 3 Mahouts.
Yeah. Sours are on a really good spot though. The Skirms are walking right into the Sour. You're getting good value on the skirmishes there. But this Falcon has also been doing a lot of damage to the Gurkha, so the Skirm was not actually going to Optimus's favour despite that Sour sort of concave. And there's even another Falcon snuck in there, and Optimus hasn't seen it yet.
Body.
Yeah, and he's just also deleting his Zambrax, which is just not something you really want to do. And
now his core dropped massively.
Yeah, that was
he's been bleeding Veils for the past 2-3 minutes, so now he's on only 50 Veils, and yeah, Dutch just got twice his mass.
Dutch is probably on 50 Veil himself. Yeah, almost 50. But yeah, that was really well played from both of them actually. I thought Optimus had it at like the mid game, but I think he just made too many sours and he should have dropped a TC, and he also should have got Great Consulate like 10 minutes earlier, because that was the only reason why he was like losing the trade so massively, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
If we go to the eco, I feel like Optimus outgathered. No, not quite. Maybe he was like before he was getting pushed off resources. Oh no, not quite either.
It's really close, but yeah, just a lot of walking time, because there are not that many mines on this map.
There's enough mines, but they're just so far out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, usually Dutch out ecos early on, and then like once India starts booming and like getting a higher Vil count, India's curve goes much higher. But as Skirmisher like forced him off resources about the time where India sort of gets ahead, the eco sort of stayed the same, or well, in favour of Skirmisher. So yeah, Skirmisher did a really good job of pressuring the resources from multiple locations at different times, and that caused him to win the game. So well played by him. We go to the military population.
Indeed.
Let's have a look at some of these fights. They weren't really fighting that much, it was just trading. But I think this was the trade we were talking about with the Inspiration fight, where Skirmisher had 95 units versus Optimus 58. But Skirmisher had like better units, besides the Inspiration, like if you don't include the Inspiration, but that's the damage the Inspiration does. Which can be more impactful than just having a Mansabda in your army, you know.
Right. Also, it looks like Skirmy got much more units, but the Skirm count was quite equal, and like you had like also 30 to 40 Reuters at this point. So
yeah. Also, half his army was useless. Yeah, like you're saying. So I mean, Reuters could have come forward and taken a couple of volleys and stuff, but I mean, it's not something you ideally want to do in like a mass Skirm war with upgraded Skirm. So all right. Let's go on to game 4.
Yeah, I'm
let me update
refill my drink.
I need to update the score. So that is 2-1 Skirmy. And on map 4, we have Optimus playing as the Spanish on the left of the map, and we have Skirmy playing the main squeeze, aka China. This is the civ he's well known for, but he's been playing a lot more civs lately. Kind of plays everything now, I guess. But yeah, Optimus going for a market start, so no early TP, no 15 village up. Well, he could still try and 15 village up if he gets good treasures. Jesus Christ, he's got like the resources for hunting dogs and a house just right outside his TC, so he might still be able to 15 Vil. Meanwhile, Skirmisher's building a village already. He got 40 wood, which is really nice. And he only has to gather like 10 more wood for the second village. He might even go for the third, depending on what treasures he scouts. He scouts 75 food, so he might even go for a third village. But we'll see. He's going for the sheep first. And then he's going to go for the treasure. Okay. So he's pulling vills off wood.
I'm back.
Okay. But yeah, this Optimus has got market start, and he got 50 coins, so he's got hunting dogs queued up almost instantly. And now he's got enough resources for a house. So Optimus has had a really good start. He's getting a nice wolf pup treasure, which is actually really good because he just does so much damage to guardians. He's kind of like a mini honcho in a way. Meanwhile, Skirmisher getting 75 food, and he got 40 wooden base, so he's got a really good. He's gonna get a really good age up time as well. He seemed nicely tasking the goats and the sheep to villagers to get them fattening as soon as possible. Let's see his deck. See if he goes for. What a boring player, man. Just names them 1 to 5.
Such a robot.
Yeah, what a robot, man. So he's just got a deck with the 2 boats in deck, which makes sense because trying to warship upgrade just is really bad. So, meanwhile, Opti, he's got like a kind of water deck. He's got schooners and rendering plant and the boats, but he hasn't got warship combat. He hasn't got like Spanish warship HP and H3 as well. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like Spanish galleons or something, or something like that. I don't know, but buffs their warship HP by 30%. He doesn't have that either, so we're not going to see like full-on water combat in this game. He got this 100 wood, he got this 50 coin, and now he's going for this 120 food. And yeah, it's going to be really nice to have this idle, this 15 vil. He's just waiting for his crack shot, and then he's just going to take it. Skirmisher's waiting for his disciple, now he's going for this 85 wood. If we look at the food counts, despite China chopping so much wood and being a bit slower, the food counts are actually quite similar. Despite
Did he get any food treasure?
He got 75 food and he got 40 wood, so he chopped less wood basically for his villagers. So he's going to age up really nicely. But Optimus is just treasuring. He's like a solid pirate right now. He's got his treasure map out, getting all these insane treasures: 120 food, 100 wood, 50 coin. Meanwhile, Skirmisher's getting 85 wood.
These 2 sea villagers so good at picking treasures in each one.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't encountered each other yet. And look at this sick pull trick from Optimus. Who said he wasn't a mechanical god? We see Optimus going for schooners actually. So he went 3 vil schooners. And he's dropping a dock in transition. And the reason why he has so much XP is just killing so many polar bears as well. So that's another good thing about taking all these insane treasures, is that his XP curve is not bad despite having a no TP. So
yeah, for sure. He's gonna get another shipment ready.
Yeah, just about. He's gonna get XP from training fishing boats as well, and maybe killing the disciple. So we'll have to see. And these bad boys gather. So both of them do a lot of damage to treasure guardians. Like 12 damage. It's actually really high versus guardians. Not 12. Gosh. 27. So he's going to go for this 110 coin. Skirmisher's just ignoring it.
I feel like he could contest it, but
I think he can as well, especially as the Bulldog is low HP and so is the Explorer. So you see him putting a Vil in the boat, and he's going to drop a dock on the island as well by the looks of it. Which is going to be very hard to contest.
Looks like Haftia has been watching Kaiser vs. Breeze series.
Even yeah, sure. So we see a tower in base, just super defensive, super safe. We see him going 700 wood first, so he's going to start spamming from these 2 docks. I don't know how heavily he commits to the sea, because I know he sometimes does this sort of semi-build, where he just makes like 10 to 15 fishing boats and then ages. You don't want to spend H2, you don't want to stay in H2 too long as Spain, because you have nothing going for you. And you have slow H to H3, so you kind of want to semi most of the time you go C anyway, so... Otherwise you just get out-teched. So Skirmish is
going for an FF.
Yeah, he's going for the traditional FF. Kill this motherfucker already. He gets another sheep, that's nice for him. And I see this treasure on the minimap, but he's already taken it, so weird. But it also means he has enough point to FF, basically. He doesn't need to get a single coin to just age. So he goes 700 wood, 5 vil, just spamming boats from 2 docks. And maybe gets a dock upgrade, and then I wonder if he's going to go rendering plant
Really
next.
greedy though. Yeah, if you go 5 years, it's hard to fit rendering plant and 700 coin as well.
Yeah, and without a TP, so I don't know what I think about this. He has got... Okay, this is going to help him. All
That's
planned.
actually so good for what he's doing right now.
Yeah, all planned.
Oh, I mean, Opti's just next level. My bad. I should never doubt him.
Yeah, exactly. But this... He's... Looks like he's macroed for an age up, right? This macro doesn't make sense if he's not doing so.
Yeah.
If he's boat
You
booming,
can
you
be on
know.
it and send coin in age, really.
We'll see, but yeah, this is what I mean. So if you were going for like a proper sea boom, you would have gone rendering plant and then coin, right? But as you've gone
and
5
then you don't
vil,
go 5 years, I guess.
it seems like he might, if Skirmisher sends the big boat, he might just end up sacking the sea or just garrisoning in the boat, in the dock, and then just pushing on land or something, or maybe ship a frig and then push on land, because the boat, the Merc boat takes 1 minute to send because it's a mercenary shipment.
True.
The Fusion or Fuquan, or however you pronounce it, takes 1 minute to send. So Optimus can do a lot of damage, especially with the Spanish shipment curve being so good. He can push and then send a frigate after before he loses sea. So maybe that's his thought process there. And he likes to do this build a lot from what I've seen, so it's actually quite intelligent. Meanwhile, Skirmishers... Okay, interesting. So he does an FF, he does his normal 700 coin, 700 wood, right? And he drops a second TP with the 700 wood. Normally you drop like a market, a consulate, a war academy, get market upgrades, stuff like that. But as he's aged with the tower, and he's going to get like, hopefully he's going to, with this TP and like a couple of passes, he's going to get his H3 shipment ASAP. He's even getting Stagecoach, because he thinks Opti's on C. He saw the dock with the Disciple. So he's just like, okay, I'm going to play this as though Opti's going full C.
Right, yeah, because he knows Opti is going to be aging around like 9 minutes, I'd say. With Spanish slow age, so...
Or like 8:30 or
actually,
something.
maybe a bit before, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually not a bad age time, despite having, you know, double the eco you normally would. Or even more, because you have like long lines and stuff as well, so... And he's training Hussars in transition, so...
Oh, I know what Opti's going to do. He's a massive fan of like heavy horse plus lancers versus China, Spain.
Yeah.
And that's usually what he does.
Yeah, I think I've seen him do this before. Like, I feel like it's a good decision, because rods don't do anything versus China's composition. They're either going to hit Changdaos, or they're just going to get picked off, because Meteor Hammers attack them from range behind the Changdao, and then the Iron Flails just have so much HP anyway, so it's kind of like the rods don't do anything. But if you have like Lancer Goon, you've got like Lancers to kill the Changdaos, and then the Goons to focus the China Cav. So, and Cav combat affects Goons as well. Oh, here we go. So it's just a good composition to have versus China before Manchu. He ships the big boat. He's gone for Stagecoach. He's getting Imperial Bureaucracy. Okay, there's a pause there. And we see him like putting all... So he's really committing to this anti-sea play, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's only got 3 pikes to seize the dogs.
He really thinks Optimus is going like full C. Which in a way that's kind of what he is doing so far, but like with the 5 Vil and like the 5 Haas and the 8 Bow Age up, he's shipping a Frig now, but he might end up cancelling it.
Castle going up.
Like Skirmish is committing a lot to this. Like all his units on the island, shipping the Fuquan, getting Imperial Bureaucracy, getting all the TPs. Even putting his monk on the island.
Doesn't too much HP on the Fuquan because Frigate's gonna pop and.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like you can always send the frigate after you send the Fuquan, and the Fuquan's just gonna lose HP to the dock anti-ship, and then the frigate's just gonna pop with more HP. So. And I don't know how many Vils died there, but he killed one at least and idled a lot, so... And the thing is, like, this land push is going to do so much damage, because Skirmisher has literally nothing. Like, he's got no land units at all, and these 8 bow can snipe the...
He's getting into his 3 Vils as well.
Yeah, and wow, broadsides on the pikes and instantly kills them all. But now the monk is stuck on the island, like, I think it's really risky to just put the monk on the island, or... Like high value units on the island. Like ideally you just want to put like, you know, pikes or muskets or whatever on the island, not just high value units like the monk or I don't know, falcons or something. The falcons could be good because you can pop them back in the boat quickly, but the monk has no purpose here.
Thinking someone. He's gonna take the dog down.
What a beast. But now what? Like he's stuck on the island, right?
He's getting pressured so much on
and yeah, he's fully idled, like 18 Vils idle. The only Vils gathering are these 9 here. Like these 10 Haas have paid off so nicely. He's shipping 12 pikes now to start burning this base down. And they even start training Lancers. Because like, what does Skirmy ship here? Ships Changdao, okay, that makes sense. Noctis is making Dragoons. So the Changdao will either get a pop from here or here. Okay, he's made 5 back. Oh wow, okay, so this is a really good pop. So he's got the Changdao right on top of the Haas, the Cav right on top of the crossbows. And Opti's just not reacting. Like, he's lost 3-4 Haas already. He's going to lose more.
He's going to lose all of them.
Pretty much all of them, because Skirmisher could just like retask these and try and catch them, and they're both low HP, so they get picked off, and Opti has to retreat out of here.
Oh, the poor trick!
Oh, what a beast, mechanical beast. So we see Opti train the canoe, he's now fishing. Just taking a leaf out of Breeze's book. Skirmisher's repairing his boat, likewise with Opti. Oh, he's on full HP anyway. And now Skirmisher's going for oh wow, this I don't like this. This is like such a huge investment. These guys cost like 1200 res.
Yeah, it's really good to fight water, but he's being pressured so much on land, and I think he should just hold on to what he has on water, which is a castle, a dock, and a Fuquan.
The thing is
already really good to poke boats as well.
Yeah, you should realize that Optimus is like. He's committed a lot to the land, right? He's been training a lot of Haas, he's shipped 12 pikes, he's training Dragoons. He can't be massing too many boats, I think, at this point, especially as he's so aggressive. And you have half the sea anyway, so you got like this back portion, you got this top whale, and you can pressure this bottom whale like from the dock even. So it's like you literally have half the sea already with these like 1 Fuquan in the castle and the dock. And in the meantime, you just need to hold on to what you got on the land, because Optimus is being quite aggressive. Like, I wouldn't be
Fuquan though. There's only 1 dock. There's a spot for these frigates, so maybe.
I mean, he's probably going to clean up the sea, because Optimus is shipping 5 Lancers and not, I don't know, training frigates and stuff like that. But the thing is, like...
But that's going to be a problem. 5 Lancers, some skirms.
5 Lancers, 5 skirms.
Yeah, skirmy could get cleaned up.
All these like 10 Lancers, he's got 5 more on the way, and there's just Redcoats and no Manchus or China Cab to block the Lancers, and he's trying to pull trick out of there, but like this is a lot of stuff for Opti that really hard counters like the unit Skirmisher has out right now. like the Changdaos just get like 4 hitted by lances, so plus the skirmishing.
Trying to go in the trees, but
he's trying to go to the boat is the plan.
to the boat, yeah.
Which makes sense, but like, what's he gonna do? Just walk the like, row the boat all the way up to the top and then drop them off, and then new batches
Does he
getting
have
picked
anything
off.
on the way?
Armor plating! Oh my god!
No. That's a mistake. You could cancel that and trade everything and send Manchu.
Yeah, this is where you need Manchu, right? Like, oof, armor plating. Like you've cleaned up the sea. Armor plating just seems wrong here. Like he has to
I feel like he's just over investing on C and just gonna could die to land pressure.
Yeah, like he just needs to sell like instead of getting armor plating, he should have just sold the res to get Manchu, and then he could have got a cab batch as well. With the res he's got now, tower could be on coin, you know, that sort of thing. He's just really under a lot of pressure here. He's even got the red coat, so if he had the red coat, batch of cav, Manchu, he could probably clean this up, right? There's only 5 skirms.
Yeah, this entire Spanish army just loses to Manchus.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like if he traded that, sure, it would right, it like sends in like a minute or so, but it's just what you need right now. So these 5 meteors are just going to do their best to trade whilst the rest of the units are away. So he's going to kill a bunch of lancers and Huss. But now once this massive cab is on the way, then what does skirmisher do?
Yeah, he needs to regroup everything somehow and, I don't know, pop Veils, but he's on 21 Veils, so even if he cleans that up somehow, I'm not sure if his follow-ups are going to be that good.
He's even training stuff from the Fuquan because he hasn't got a barracks that's smart. But the thing is, like, China wants
some
their...
palace patch though, even if that palace is going to go down.
Yeah, but the thing is, all these units are split. Like, he's got units here, he's got units here, he's got units here. Like, China wants all their death ball together.
In one place for sure.
If he can somehow regroup his units, maybe he has a shot, but it's like there's so much stuff split all over the place. He is picking off like the reinforcement batches, which is good, but like this cab batch is getting caught and it's gonna be quite tough, and this cab batch is getting
the
caught.
bottom units as well, yeah. Surely next he's gonna lose the TP line. I don't know, maybe Opti could just force the issue and try to go back under his TC.
Yeah, I'd probably just finish off the Summer Palace and then maybe go for the Porcelain Tower here, because it's just lasting damage, right, whilst you still can. Like, if somehow Skirmisher holds this, and he just went for the TP line, then and he still has these 2 wonders up, then it's not a big deal, but if he loses both of them, it's just huge, so Optimus is going to go for both of them. But yeah, even the reinforcement batches of Optimus are going to trade well.
And Sam, what does he have remaining? Oh yes, Opti's loading so many resources, he could have so much more units.
Yeah, and these Lancers just... I think they've got cab combat on them, yeah they do, so the goons have been buffed as well, so it's going to be very difficult to kill this sort of Spanish composition with no Manchu and no cav, or no anything really. Like, they're all sort of dead. Like, Skirmisher needs to like C-boom as hard as possible, like C-boom his heart out and just try and win from there, but he's just going to lose so much stuff on land, and Optimus has got more bills, so... And even with 2 Fuquans, like there's still like 9 fishing boats.
Yeah.
He's had to use his
stats on these Fuquan though. 3,700 HP after armor plating. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just they're looking tough for Skirmy. 1k wood for the Spanish player as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not killing the TPs actually. But I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I could leave 5 bikes on them. Slowly siege them.
Yeah, that's what I'd do probably. Even just train a batch of muskets or something.
Yeah, our village is gonna go down.
Yeah.
What is Skirmy doing? His score is really low.
Manchus, there we go, but it's
Manchu,
like
but
too late, isn't
now.
it? Yeah. And this is what I mean, he's just going for the wonders now, just because he can, and this wonder's so strong.
Yeah, that's like 8 bills gone. Yeah, Skirmy water booming a little bit.
Yeah, he calls GG.
Yeah, GG. He knows he can't kill this army ever.
Yeah, exactly. And he's behind economically as well, especially with that tower going down. Like, the eco is close, because Skirmy had, like, early Imperial Bureaucracy and 3 TP Stagecoach, but in the end, like, if we look at the military graph, yeah, Opti's just ahead all game, so that overinvestment into the sea was just a problem.
For sure.
Like, the
So
second
yeah, score is currently 2-2.
Yeah, let me update the score actually, hold on. So that brings up Optimus 2, and then Skirmy Wormy is 2 as well.
Optimus.
Alright. Okay, let's go into the final game, so it's 2-2.
I see you have recorded game versus this Guigs guy.
Yeah, just...
How good is this guy?
I don't know, but I'm just flexing on him.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
It might be a Smurf though, so who knows.
It's quite shit, isn't it?
Alrighty.
China, India.
This is a cool matchup. I haven't seen it often actually, but both of these civs are really good on this map. So we see Optimus getting the scout and 40 food immediately, and then you hope these guys start getting as many yaks as possible. Skirmisher, he's got 40 wood in base. He's got the scout as well. I honestly would ignore the in-base treasures. I'd just get out on the map to get as many yaks as possible, especially in this type of matchup. You just want all the yaks, and then you can go back for the treasures. Because this is really bad actually. Like, you just need to get out on the map faster than your opponent. That's the whole key to this map. You just want to get all those yaks in your base, either fattening on the villagers or just generating XP for you.
Yeah, it's just so good for both.
Yeah,
Civs.
exactly. Like, you just need to get as many of these as possible.
Is that a stable treasure on the bottom of the map?
Yeah, so let's have a look at the treasures actually. So there's a stable treasure, just random coin treasures, wood treasure, 80 coin, 50 food, 45 coin, 455 food, but it's over guarded, and 150 coin down the bottom as well. So I have to see what these
Honestly,
guys...
there are... Sorry. There are different ways to play this matchup for sure, especially for India. But if I don't know, if I see a free, I mean pretty much free stable treasure, potentially where I'm gonna drop my agra, then that could motivate me to play H2.
Yeah, so how would you normally play it? Because I feel like there's just so many options for India to do, mostly involving H2. But I feel like you can do some sort of Kali Mata H3 stuff with elephant-based play if you wanted to, or just normal.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like the standard is just forward agra.
Yeah.
And then go on from there. Scout China H2, well, you play H2 yourself, of course. Otherwise, you can do some kind of timings when China tries to age and try to punish a positive power age up, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, versus this kind of wonder thing, I don't know if like H2 is the proper answer for India.
No, it's like, it depends on what China does, because they can ship 8 bow, or they can ship 9 pike and age up with the 8 skirms, you know, so they could have that 9 pike, 8 skirm, quick age up. They can play H2 and just, you know, triple unit shipment, maybe push the aggro if India's too greedy, or you just like counter the rush and counter push after that. You know, if India tries to 12 sepoy you. Yeah, there's just like a few options China can play it as well, and India has to react appropriately to what China's doing. So India, I think, is the reactive civ, actually, surprisingly. Because China sort of does their build, and... Well, they both kind of are, if you think about it. Like, if you see China playing H2, India has to go more defensive with Gurkhas, right? And then if China tries to semi, you time push. But if they play H2 and push you, you just gotta call Minutemen and do Gurkha kiting and shit like that. But if like China tries to go H3 quickly with like just a unit shipment, then India probably has to follow up, I think. Otherwise you're just gonna get out-teched.
It's just a tricky matchup, man.
It is. He's going aggro and base.
Yeah, aggro and base.
I thought that's weird, don't you think?
I feel like I don't know. Usually when you see aggro and base on most maps, you think like, okay, this is probably gonna be a greedy India playstyle. But here, the rush distance between the two teams is actually not that far away. So some kind of timing is still possible.
It's still on the cards, yeah. And Skirmisher needs to be careful of that. But the thing is, like, this aggro's here, but it doesn't cover, like, it would be so much better here. Like, there's 2 mines and 2 hunts, and the treasure, like you were mentioning before, it's a 5k mine. Like, this is enough resources for India for, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Like, it's a lot.
yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of like...
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, you could put the aggro even just a little bit back, like here, you know? Or, like, back, I don't know, just here. Instead of like all the way over here, you could just put it here and still be as greedy as you want.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, there's... Oh, here we go. It's a treasure contention. I don't know who started it. Maybe China did, because India stunned it once.
Yeah, China did, because the...
Yeah, China did. Yeah.
Instant.
This is weird, like, Skirmisher's away from the treasure, Optimus is retaking it. Skirmisher bringing all this stuff. Optimus gets it, I think. Yeah, Optimus got it. Skirmisher was a little bit slow or too far away from the treasure to grab it. So Optimus, he hasn't gathered his 100 coin yet. If we go to his perspective, he's getting civil servants. I think that was just from coin treasures he got on the map. I could check, but there's just so much text to go through that I'm not going to bother. So he can get this after and get like sepoys out, and yeah, he's getting hunting eagles. He's probably going to get not civil servants. What's the coin one called? I forget. Whatever, the coin one. And he's got a lot on food. I don't know if he's trying to like, I don't know, get like imperial bureaucracy with this coin after, or if he's going to try and go for like some sort of sepoys and siege a potential TP that China might build at the top of the map. He might try and build a TP in transition because he sees he hasn't built one already, and he just went double village for the axe, and then TP in transition is kind of the normal China build if you're FFing. So he could try and siege the TP, but it's quite fast, so who knows. 700 wood from India, so kind of an economical playstyle at the start. He's smartly macroing really nicely, so he's got enough wood to queue another Vil, and then he's just going to use 700 wood to queue more Vils, because he doesn't need wood for, like, I don't know, a stable, because he can potentially get this treasure, and he's already got a market up, and he's got a barracks up, so... And there's no rush. I feel like this is a good decision, just to get good batches by not chopping wood, which is really nice. It macroed really well.
Yeah. He's gonna get his treasure as well.
Yeah, I thought he would do. Optimus is like the type of player to do smart decisions, I think, so...
Yeah, just waiting for more sepoys to be sure that the Chinese monk cannot magically appear
there. Yeah.
Can we have a look on Chinese base? It looks like he was going for an FF, but his gold mine is so bad actually. So maybe aggression from the Indian player
I was going to
Good.
mention this earlier, but I forgot. The village placement seems a bit off, no? It's like blocking the mine.
It's blocking, but at the same time, you can like quick garrison.
Yeah,
and
I know,
TC,
but I feel like that's a lot of micro to do when you're like probably in like a high. I
Are
don't know.
you saying that China player can't micro?
What? No.
No.
So we see 700 coin. With the early TP, he's going to go 8 bows in transition. What is Skirmy scouted actually? So he scouted the Agra Fort. He's also scouted that he's got this stable treasure, right? So he might even age up. I'd chip 9 pike here, I feel like. Also the reason why the village sucks here, by the way. Idleville.
It's hard. Skirmy is picking treasures everywhere right now. And
Yeah.
he's not scouting at all, so he's not sure what's coming.
Yeah, so he's got boat and the Confusion Academy, which I think is a overreaction to what... Well, he just doesn't know, right? Like, the lack of info is just... He's even got a free scout and he's just not using it. To be fair, Opti's not scouting him at all either. Like, he's got monks that can heal, that move at 6 speed, and they're just not in the base trying to figure out what he's doing. We see the stable being dropped down here, by the way. And we see a consulate going up. A little bit late, actually. So Skirmisher sees the 4 sours and the 10 sepoy. Did he ship 4 sours? Yeah, he did. So he went 700 with 4 sours, now going export. And he probably will go for the Otto Huss afterwards. And just train
He knows
sepoys.
timing is coming, for sure.
Yes, Skirmisher knows something's up. Like, he knows, like, something's coming. So it's like 7 minutes in, you see 10 sepoy, 4 sours. And
He's
this
just got enough resources for double Minutemen, and he's got his mark as well. And 4 sours on their own, it's just not that scary.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna pop the arquebusiers soon. And there we go, the sentries are popped right on the sours. TC Fire and the Chukanu on the sepoy, and the monks. The monks should be like fighting the sours as well, like doing really good damage versus them. We've got the sours right on top of the Chukanu. More 4 sours and 5 sepoys coming in from the free stable and the sepoy from the aggro, and he's killing all the Chukanu. I had a dead Vil, so there's a Vil going down, another Vil going down, and he's gonna try and catch the Summer Palace batch. And wow, the 8 skirms popped not in the best spot. You wanted like probably pop from here or back here, but he hasn't got the pikes nearby. These pikes are gonna be really helpful though. Like, both these sours are low HP.
Sours are busy fighting the Chinese monk, and
yeah, like the amount of damage that guy tanks, like he's got 1000 HP, so he also got more HP from the age up. So,
yes, China doesn't have a consulate, so he has to go for the pikes here. There's no other choices. Can't get red coats. Skirms would be too risky if there are other sours on the way. So. Has to go for the pikes here, but all these skirms are gonna die.
well, to be fair, the 11 Changdao is going to be good because there's only 1 sepoy left, which is actually quite huge because then it's just sours left versus Changdaos and TC Fire, which is fine. It's 1 sepoy to get stuck killing this film.
He's trying so hard to bait with the
Yeah, that was a
skirms,
good bait.
yeah, he's gonna get it.
Does he get that sour though? With the TC probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3
there you
more
go.
sepoys. It's not the best follow-up for
Yeah, what's
Optimus. Sending 5 sepoys as well. It's like that.
I feel like this is
they
where you
should be
just
sending
age,
crates
right?
and just mass and go again, like in 1 minute.
Yeah, or you could just age, right?
Yeah, also.
Do you reckon you could age? Like in base aggro, 700 coins, there, those 5 sepoy, and then just age up. I mean, if you...
Yeah, I guess he committed to the red coats with the consulate, so.
Yeah. But I mean, even if with the red coats, like, you could still just age, right? Because the Brit consulate allows 2-shot sepoy, so it was really nice in that sort of early engagement.
Yeah. What's his market take situation? I felt like he skipped a lot.
Oh,
Actually, he's got all the tier 1 and the food as well.
Yeah, he's got all the tier 1 and he's got professional hunters. So the last two are the two most expensive and probably the two least relevant as India anyway. So, well, I mean, Imperial Proxy is relevant, but it's like so many resources that you can't really afford to spend at this point. So it's kind of like you don't really want to get it. Yeah. So if we turn off the Fog of War, Skirmisher's like, okay, I need to kill this stable, but Optimus is just like, he sees this, right? He sees this army pushing a stable, so it's just like, okay, I'm going to do a little run by. And it's actually
exactly.
really...
Deny the yaks from being gathered, deny infrastructures, and I mean, all the Chinese eco is idle right now.
Yeah, and Skirmisher needs to send his army back, because he kills a stable, sure, but like, he's losing way more, too much.
Yeah, it's 200 wood, so basically it was free as well, so... The monk gonna go down?
Yeah, monk's dead again. And that's quite huge, because he could be quite useful in like a big fight with these units clashing with these.
Is that a consulate? Yeah,
yeah, so he denied the consulate, which is actually huge. And Skirmisher's in quite a tough spot. He's got Yaks and a 5k mine, so he's gonna be. It looks bad now because he's got like only 27 bills and a lot of them idle. But once he like stops this idle time, he's gonna get a massive power spike of getting a whole bunch of units out.
He needs consulate, but he also needs, more importantly, a village right now because he's fogged.
Yeah, he needs to chop a lot. Actually, that's the problem with skipping wood. Like, ideally, you might even want to go early TP as China, even on a map like this versus India, because you just need wood and unit shipments to hold this sort of push, I think.
Yeah.
Skirmy
needs to kill a lot of units here.
He does. Optimus just needs to get out, like, and start training like 10 Gurkhas or so to thin out the Changdaos and then clean up with the Sours, but
he's gonna lose so many musketeers.
He's bleeding so many sepoy, yeah. In the meantime, Optimus is just probably going to go to the base again. But even the Changdaos are moving forward to snare. Never mind. Meanwhile, Optimus is going for...
No, I was just saying, I feel like Skirmy doesn't know where the Sour are, so that's why he was bringing his Changdaos with the scams. But...
yeah, also doesn't know how many Sours there are, so he doesn't want to delete any.
Yeah, so he's gonna get idled again.
Yeah, there's what, 20 vills in this TC, 9 in this village. Changdao's coming back, and this also causes for these sepoys to survive, which is actually... Optimus is playing this really smartly.
Yeah, consulate finally going up. The redcoats are gonna show up under 1 minute.
Yeah, so he's building that with... he needs to get that up ASAP, and he's doing a nice job of trying to... he knows like the importance of getting Brick Consulate up. So what he did was chop for a third village and chop for a consulate. And now he's just... now the crow's coming out. He's going to have almost the export... oh no, never mind, he's got to spend 100, so never mind that. This monk needs to get back and just heal up at this point.
Yeah. So I feel like Skirmy has to push with the redcoats incoming, because he's not gonna have the greatest follow-up with that. I feel like India is just gonna mess so much more from there.
I'm not sure, to be honest, because like the tech of China units is just so much stronger than India, especially with Sours not being that great versus H3 China. I feel like if Skirmisher gets enough techie units and covers the crow nicely, India could be in a tough spot here. I feel like India should have just aged instead of making all these Sours.
Common attack, 5 Gurkhas, a batch of Sours, and a batch of redcoats as well, so that's gonna be a really good power display for India.
He should fight.
It's gonna be a game-deciding fight for sure. We'll see how that goes.
But like, despite everything, Skirmishers is up in score.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what happened there.
Lost Sours popping, so yeah, Skirmy just knows that there's no way India is hitting right now.
Yeah, unless you train him in transition, which is just highly doubtful. But it's like... yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I'd rather be here. Who would you rather be?
These Sours couldn't do a good job, but you need to control them well. They have tempo attacks, so they don't do that awful versus Chengdao's. Still get raped by red coats for sure, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like the longer Opti waits while staying H2, the worse it's gonna be. Because even Meteors are just gonna tank towers forever.
He needs to age. I feel like he made
Yeah.
too many sours.
He could fight and try to reset the unit count.
Yeah,
but
he needs to not let this stack up. He needs to stop the death ball from getting large. Like, the earlier he fights, the better it is for him, I think. Because if he fights, like, with the meteors coming, maybe even, like, I don't know, 10 skirms coming. I know he shipped 10 skirm. Maybe even, like, Manchus, like, with all vills on the coin. That could be, like, impossible to deal with.
yeah, Shopti is still running around now, cooking on this village and just getting away.
He's buying
Yeah,
time,
he's
but...
nowhere close to aging, but so yeah.
Yeah, he's buying time, but what is he buying time for?
Yeah, right. You can get Desert Terror, I guess, next, or
I'd probably go with
doesn't have
this
the
one.
Trickle either.
I'd probably go with the martial
Medium
arts
martial
one.
art.
Because you want Sepoy's melee and Camel melee.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
And Gurkha melee.
Yeah.
I wonder what
I
he
mean,
goes
as long
for,
as it's
actually.
not Casados in melee, it's fine.
I mean, they have more melee than... Oh, he's going big trickle. This is like not
Yeah,
the time
I
you
just
want it.
disagree. It's just gonna... It's not gonna add anything to his composition. It's not gonna buff his units. It's just gonna buff his eco, but like, I don't feel like you need an eco at this point. You just need to win a fight.
Yeah, like this mass is getting out of control. I'd even start adding like Zambrax as Opti. Like, you got enough sours, you just need Zams to melt this sort of cav. Otherwise, they're just not gonna die.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, maybe in 1 minute Chinese is gonna get a second pro as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, like 1 crow alone is not that scary, but 2 crows is starting to have a lot of siege and DPS potential.
But like, he did actually end up sending the wood trickle, by the way, he didn't cancel it. But like, the thing is, you see the army populations like, it's 1, 2, 3, 123 to 117. But like, obviously it's veteran units, right? And these red coats are almost guards, so it's kind of like, you're like the same army pop, but yours are 20% weaker or more.
Yeah.
I mean, you got camel attack, but they're... I don't know. Sours are just shit versus this, that's the problem. They don't do anything.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Opti needs...
So yeah,
I think...
Skirmy is gonna push, which
Yeah.
is, well, why is he feels confident about his army strength and just gonna try to put the pressure to force Optimus to take a fight.
Yeah, I think Optimus needs to split off his sours, so Skirmy has to split off his anti-cav in all directions, which is quite hard to do with China sometimes. And then that makes it easier to like pick off anti-cav in like all sorts of places, I think. If you just got like sours this side, pull back some, and then you're just sniping Changdao that are like sort of being loose. Because he's not going to manually micro all the Changdao, right? Like each individual one.
Yeah,
But it's kind of
I
difficult.
guess. I don't know, Chinese changing his mind and just gonna go back.
India really needs to age though. Like even just send 700 food, all vills on this coin line,
I
and
feel
just
like it just can't age. It's too late.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's too late, and it's gonna be really hard for him to win a fight unless China massively fucks up. For example, donating a free crow would be a good start.
It's a bait. It's a bait.
Yeah, it's a bait. It's a bait indeed.
Maybe it
It's
is.
not even gonna be that because sours don't really
They don't
do
kill
that
it.
much damage. Yeah.
So he's getting engaged now, but the Changdao and the Meteors in the perfect. Like, look how quickly these sours melt. The
yeah.
sours are in a good position up here because there's a few skirts being picked off, and the Sepoy are DPSing down all this mini infantry. But look how fast the cab line just melted for India.
Dead.
Yeah, it's just they just don't do anything versus this army. There's just too much anti-cab and too much stuff that sours do no damage versus.
Does China have ×3 versus Sepoy yet?
Wait, what?
Does China have the
Oh,
repelling volley?
repelling volley.
No,
Not quite yet. He's stacking up coin, so maybe he's planning to ship mercs next. Like, if he just goes like iron troops, I feel like that will seal the deal.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really need Manchu after deleting 20 sours, right? You just want iron troops.
I feel like he doesn't need mercs and should probably go infantry combat or repelling volley instead. But yeah, maybe mercs is safer.
I don't know, how does India kill iron troops in H2? Oh, he does go Manchu, okay. Oh no, he goes iron troops. Okay.
Yeah, smart decision.
I mean, either one works, to be honest. Like, India struggles to deal with both. I mean, he's got a good infantry mass, but infantry doesn't kill. Yeah. There's enough, like, skirms and crow and stuff to deal with the infantry ball, so. But iron troops, I think, is the way, because sours are just so squishy, and, I don't know, we just saw 20 sours melt to nothing, so iron troops seem really good versus that. But even now, I feel like with this sour running around, he can cancel this batch. He's even got this many units on the way. If he just like cancels these sours and Seaboy, he could stage up. And you might have to sack the aggro and consulate, but I feel like you can just age.
Yeah.
And he would have a shipment ready. Sick raid.
Nice raid.
Skirmisher reacting though, so that was a nice job, nice reaction time by him. And now he's got too many infantry to drag box in one group, so.
Yeah, you're right. He needs to age. Just.
But like, imagine this army, but veteran, right? Like.
Yeah, that would be so much more scary.
And plus, like maybe Yurumis or Mahouts, like you age up with the Mahout, ship 2. Get veteran Gurkha, veteran Sepoy, and then just fight.
You could still age now if you cancelled this sour and
sell and sold some food. Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like you can still age and just like go back and sack the aggro because you're gathering here and you're mostly gathering on berries and in your base. This mine's about to run out though, so you'd have to gather up here and down here. But 6 sour raids. But they're both getting caught by the looks of it, so not that sick after all. Does split them off. Ah, the ball trick, the mechanical guard.
Easy.
What a beast.
It's gonna get away because sour speed.
Yeah, they're just so much faster than iron flails and meteor hammers.
He's out of coin now though.
Yeah, he's going up to this mine, and if I were him, I'd probably try and castle this or something, but yeah, it's just. So Optimus sees this push coming in, and here's another. Is this going to be another bait? You reckon? This crow's out of position. Let's have a look at this fog of war.
Looks like it. Yeah, it's a bait.
This is a bait. No, no, don't fight there. Oh no.
Yeah, souls are gonna melt again. China cab die as well.
Yeah, China cab is dying, but like the amount of sours that just died there is just incredible. These skirmishers are still not upgraded, by the way. That's because he just shipped iron troops. Like, these iron troops are just not going to die. 60% range resist is just kind of insane. The monk on the front doing so much tanking in cover mode as well. Like, the amount of shots that guy just tanked up. Just way too many.
Yeah, once again, Opti's just deleting Sawas. Yeah, I mean, he's killing quite a bit of Pentacav, and he killed like 10 China Cav overall, but
yeah, I mean,
still not enough.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, if he feel like he killed a lot of the anti-cav there, but the Sours just died too fast. Like, that was a really good decision to go Iron Troops, because he just knows the Sours just melt anyway.
Oh, Manchu now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another massive problem for Optimus, and there's already a skull gap, but when Manchu are gonna pop, and there's one more crow as well, it's just Skirmy's gonna pull ahead.
Yeah, the crow's already out, I think. Yeah, there it is.
On the map.
So Manchu, if this raid, easy. So you've got Manchu, a crow, Territorial Army from the barracks, and he's got a Summer Palace batch soon as well, and he's got redcoats ready. Big raid. Damn, are we sure GUA's not smurfing on Optimus? Like, dang, like, oof. Big pop though.
Opti is just making it super hard for him by not aging, but at the same time, he's doing a pretty good job at keeping China busy.
Yeah, he's keeping China busy.
He's not
like,
reacting, so he's gonna do speed India's here.
Yeah, India's just gonna struggle killing China's army, but like, if you look at the eco, like, China's down to 27 vills after that raid.
Yeah, but yeah, as you mentioned, how do you kill this Chinese army? You can't. Literally, you can't in H2.
He needs to.
Even in H3,
Even now, he could age
with
with this army chasing him on the corner of the map. Like, you need to up. No way you win a fight in H2 India versus H3 China.
So many reinforcements, man. Manchu, redcoats.
Yeah. Redcoats, Manchu, random crow, Summer Palace batch popping, another territorial army popping. And this army is just going to get cleaned up by Iron Troops and skirmishers, so. Or arquebusiers. And like these guard redcoats. Or almost guard at least. So now you send territorial army combat, or ×3 I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think territorial combat is better here.
Probably,
just
yeah.
Buffs up the army instead of skirms.
Yeah, plus Optimus is mixing Gurkhas and Sours, so it's just all around good. It's not like it's pure Sepoy where, you know, repelling volley would be insane.
Yeah. Qingdao is gonna snare the top army, or at least what's remaining of that top army. And
yeah, it's not really an army anymore, is it? It's just gone.
Yeah, it's just a group.
The
So
random
exposed as well. And
yeah, look at the resources bank though.
he's gonna finish this batch again. I mean, now that makes sense because he just has no units anymore. But,
Yeah, now it makes sense, but before it didn't, I think.
Yeah, I don't see how Opti ever kills that army. I guess he has to hope that Skirmy press that delete button somehow.
Press the delete button or just sits like, I don't know, crashes or just, I don't know, goes AFK and lets Opti age.
Yeah. The Chinese army is just like drag box group 1, drag box group 2.
Dragbox group 3.
Yeah.
Like, how confident, like, Skirmy's
so
so confident right now, like, who would right click an aggro with, like, 18 units plus a crow versus an aggro fort versus India staying H2 for 20 minutes? It's just like,
Yeah.
what a madman.
It's gonna be the last Opti's
Last
effort.
ditch effort. The crow is baiting again.
Yeah, he's just sacking all his cap for the crow.
Crow does a lot of damage though, to be fair. But has 4 area and just 200 damage. 228 even.
Yeah, it's not bad for sure.
The range is a bit lower in H3. It goes up to 28 in H4, but do you really need higher range anyway? So, yeah, GG. Well played by both actually. Really close series.
Yeah, really close.
Yeah, I
Really
feel
good
like
last game.
I feel like Optimus threw all his India games. He lost with India 3 times, right?
lost to Sweden.
Lost to Dutch.
Yeah, he lost to Dutch, yeah.
Alright, buff India then. Just got to buff India. But the thing is, in all of those games, I felt like he was ahead. Like all the Indian ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the first one, Swedish one, he just needed to make 2 or 3 siege eddies and he would have won. The Dutch one, if he just made more Gurkhas and built a TC on the right, he wouldn't be forced off res and he'd have more Gurkhas than Skirmisher had skirms. And then the last one, he just needs to age up.
China game. Yeah, I just need to age up. After running around on H3.
Yeah, because he was like so far ahead in eco. Like if we, despite the Vil counts being somewhat similar towards the end, despite this raid, like kind of here, like the eco, just like look at that. Now imagine if he aged at the right time and he just had that much more eco, he'd just be trading really well because he'd have H3 Gurkha, Sepoy, and Mahouts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if we look at the timelines in the military unit population, Optimus just drops in like the big engagements really rapidly. But I'm pretty sure this dip here was just Sours alone.
Yeah, his army's just so much weaker.
Well, the Sours are just not useful versus H3 China. Well, oh. Alright, boys. So that is it. Thank you for tuning in. That was Optimus versus Skirmisher. So it's 3-2. Let me update the score. So that was 3-2 to Skirmisher. So well played by both, but congrats Skirmisher for winning the group. Now moving on to play Breeze. Is he playing Breeze?
He was what? Let me check
Or the
his
winner
score.
of Breeze versus Daniel?
He was Group E, so he should be playing Group D, right? I'm mistaken.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he plays the winner of Daniel and Breeze, and I think that's been casted already. But I could be wrong.
Skirmisher Breeze, Keister. Okay, I'm gonna believe Keister.
Yeah, because I think Daniel lost to Breeze, right? And that was casted. Yeah, it was casted, I remember. So yeah, Skirmisher against Group E1 versus Group F2. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to see Skirmisher versus Breeze next in that sort of group. Or that sort of bracket. And yeah, I hope you boys enjoyed the cast by me and Giggers, aka Teddy. And I'll catch